Yeah, 6 are going to be en route for Zancudo for the event.
Not
Not
3D one?
offhand. It could be a different texture. I don't know. It'll say police. Just roll through them quick.
What the fuck? I don't even remember what the fucking hat was.
I don't know. It's a good question. Seems like it. About 4 of them outside the base. Look like it. At least down the road a little bit. Uh-oh.
Do you have a first aid kit? You don't have one? Oh, he just got himself up.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. My seatbelt was on. I don't understand why I flew out car. What's going on here?
You guys gotta back away from the car, dude.
Oh, other side. Are you trying to get in the car? Oh.
My screen's bleed out.
I don't have the keys to this vehicle. I can't get out of the fucking car. He was in there. I don't.
I can't get out.
I'm confused. We were just in there and he was just talking to me and now I don't hear him.
What was that?
Alright.
I didn't know there was a police garage in Cleveland, so my bad.
Oh. Okay, I'll jump in now. Where'd you end up going, Mick?
Oh, okay. What's up? I'll step out real quick. Sweet. Oh, okay. Alright. What's that? In that active event thing. Alright.
I just want to let you know that everybody that did show, it's not going to go unnoticed, and obviously we're looking for people to promote in certain departments, so these kind of things, are really what we look for, and you know, we want to be able to do more event training, but we've got to get some more officers in and kind of get everybody on the same page with stuff. So everybody that didn't show, that didn't notify their supervisor or somebody that they couldn't be here, we will be taking that into consideration as well. So we'll be covering a lot of important stuff today, maybe some things that you did know that you didn't know, but I am going to be streaming here on Twitch, so let me get that going live. It's been running 30 minutes already, so let me get that set up here, and really shouldn't take too long. We'll just do a little bit of some pit training, MDT. I'm sure that most of the people that do this stuff won't be here, but
Cash and Pain here tonight. We appreciate that. Sorry, here we go. There we go. Let me get rid of that. Alright. So whether you're here or streaming in on Twitch, I do appreciate it. Like I said, we'll be doing some pit training as well. We'll probably, in the beginning, we'll go over a little bit of MDT training. Uh-oh. Dude, I forgot that this channel won't let you share your screen. Dude, that's a pain in my butt. Alright, since we don't actually have, like, 20 or 25 people in here, are you guys cool with going in the chill room and just muting your mic for the time being? Does that work for you guys?
Sounds good.
Alright, let's do that, so that way I can share my screen when we do MDT and stuff. Just the chill room, maybe the top voice channel there. Sorry about that. Oops. What in the world is going on? Alright, appreciate that. I know it's probably a bit of a pain in the butt. Bro, what was going on? It was like saying it wasn't letting me speak and stuff. Alright. Sorry about that. Now it's a bit of pain in the butt getting everybody moved over here. But the stage channel won't let me share my screen for some odd reason, so. Can somebody... Bro, is Discord like... What is going on with this tonight? Can somebody let that Explorer know that we're in this channel?
Yeah.
Damn it, dude. Every time I click on that, it disconnects me. Alright. We are good now, though. Alright, so as I was saying, I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Yeah, we will, like I said, we'll definitely take this into consideration, especially as we move into subdivision units such as gang and criminal investigations and detectives and things like that. You guys showing up is a big help. So, let me get my outline here, make sure the stream is good. Mainly it'll be just a little bit of talking here in the beginning. We'll do some introductions, we'll go over some of the new tools. One of the main reasons I wanted to be in this channel was so I could share my screen with you guys. That way if you weren't watching the Twitch stream, I could just show you from my end how to do certain things. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Alright. Channel setup. Yeah, so as I get these cards ready, we will start with some introductions here, promotions, new officers, kind of give you guys a chance to meet each other if you haven't met each other yet. And hopefully as time goes on we get some more cops in here. We can continue this training and maybe do one once a month or once every other month. And you know, I really want to, especially before we jump into getting new EUPs and stuff, I really want to take advantage of some of the EUPs that we have and use some of that stuff, such as like gang unit and things like that. So first of all, let's start off with introductions. I want to go ahead, if you haven't, maybe some of you do know, maybe some of you don't know, but I want to go ahead and give Payne and Cash a chance just to introduce themselves and, you know, kind of what they expect from the department, what they bring in, how long they've been in the city, just a few things like that. And then we'll move down the list. So Cash or Payne, if you guys want to go first and kind of introduce yourselves.
What's going on, everybody? I am Robert One Cash, head of the BCSO. I've been with the city for a year, a little over a year now. So I've seen it come a long way to where it is today. Uh, and I am always here for questions. I can help to the best of my ability. Uh, if I can't, I know how to solve whatever issues we do have. But yes, I am always here. If I'm on, you need help, questions, or anything, please come to me.
Thank you, Cash. Yeah, Cash has been around. Just as a top note, there, Cash has been around for, I would say, since about the beginning time we opened. He took over BCSO probably a couple months ago, so you know, he's looking for people to rank up, and also without asking for it, right? So you just got to kind of show it through your time and things like that. We move people up pretty quickly as long as they're able and willing to put in that time and show the initiative and show up to things such as this. So appreciate that, Cash. Payne.
All right. Just how you guys doing? One Lincoln 01, Mick Payne. I've been around for like I think around 8 months now. I guess. Just took over LSPD. Before I became chief, I was a captain for the LSPD for around a month and a half. All I expect is everybody to read up on the rules and, I mean, pretty much just do what you're supposed to be doing. If you guys have any kind of questions ever, you're not sure exactly what you should do, which I'm hoping this training is going to answer 99% of everything that you could be second guessing yourself on. Just don't hesitate to ask. Very approachable.
Alrighty, appreciate that, Payne. Yeah, Payne's been with us for quite a while as well. Brings a lot of knowledge, not just from FiveM, but outside sources as well with his real life and other things. So he's always willing. They both are, Cash and Payne. They're always willing to help and answer any kind of questions you might have or suggestions, comments, anything like that. They're always pretty open and able to speak with them. Like, obviously the only thing that we don't want you to do is be like, hey, can I get that promotion? We don't worry, we see that time, and if the person that's running your department doesn't see it maybe right away, another person might, and let them know. We do, you know, communicate a lot. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for introducing yourselves on that. Do either of you guys have, Payne or Cash, do you guys have any new recruits or explorers or promotions that you want to?
I do. I'd like to congratulate one Lincoln 08 Steve Slick. He is now a sergeant for the LSPD. He's my actual next highest ranking officer I have on the roster. And it looks like Thomas McGobbler just graduated from the Explorer program, is now going to be one Lincoln 42. Congratulations.
I would like to, I think I have 3. I don't have any Explorers, but congratulate Bravo 6 for making Sergeant. Bravo 9 and Bravo 7. They are my lieutenants. I would like to congratulate them. You guys have been putting in some work. Like I said tonight, there are some things still we all can work on. So I hope this, you guys carry this as we move forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead too, since I have a couple promotions that I want to announce. Chef, 103, just got promoted to sergeant as well. And since we haven't really had a meeting with all the police or training in a while, I want to go ahead and announce as well. Dustin has also been promoted to sergeant. 1SO4, Officer Lako. So congratulations to both you guys, and congratulations as well to everybody else that has worked your asses off and moved up in ranks. We've got tons of open spots. LSPD is looking for an assistant chief. BCSO is looking for an undersheriff. So as long as you're putting in that drive and work ethic, and it won't go unnoticed. So we appreciate your guys' time and effort and energy and everything. Yeah, Chef, throw them hands up in the air, man. You deserve it, for sure. You guys all do. And hopefully as we move forward, we keep going on. You know, I'd like to see full departments filled and we could be in our own jurisdictions. I'm doing everything, and staff is doing everything on our end, and I know you guys are as well, promoting and advertising and posting, so just keep at it. Don't give up. There's going to be maybe some weeks where we do hit 20, 25 a night. And there's going to be other weeks where we hit 5 or 10, but no matter what is most important is that we're a family, we're a community, and we can make the best RP that we can with just a few people. Sometimes it's it's definitely quality over quantity, and weaning out some of these guys that don't bring any sort of value or any sort of good RP. We really don't need it anyway. So there's a lot more to roleplay than just shooting and running and killing and things like that. So hopefully as over time we can work in some of these new ideas as well. We want to go over chain of command. I want to do the event channels so that we could be as the stage, and then you guys could ask questions as needed. But feel free, if at any time you want to unmute yourself and you have any questions, just ask, or any comments or concerns as well. One thing, and if you don't mind, Payne, I'm going to let you talk about it since you mentioned it anyway. Do you want to briefly discuss the chain of command and kind of how that works?
Alright. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you know how the chain of command works. But if you don't, obviously, it's not just obviously, if whoever's on scene, obviously the highest ranking officer on scene is going to be the one in charge. But on the opposite side of that, if you have a question and you're a lower, say you're like a recruit, you're not just going to jump rank straight up to the chief and ask him the questions whenever you can just go to somebody who's just right above you. So, make sure you're going up and asking the officer or the sergeant, lieutenant, or depending on if you have one yet. I already know that I don't have a lot of my ranks filled right now.
Yeah, and that does make it difficult, yeah, but what you're saying is just if you can or they're available, try to ask them for help or assistance instead of going right to the top immediately.
But we're trying to make sure that everybody, that's another part of this, is that we get you guys trained up on every little thing. That way, if something happens to where, say, one of us aren't there, one of you are going to have to step up to the plate. So you could be a sergeant and be running the show, or you could be just another corporal running the show. It just depends who's around.
For sure, yeah. We're definitely looking for people to move up pretty quickly as well to get some of these new roles filled, since we've lost quite a few officers and department heads as well. But over time, it'll happen. Even this last week we have been hitting 20 a night or so. It's been a little bit, it's kind of weird that it's not as busy on the weekend, but like I said, quality over quantity at the end of the day. So as far as handbooks go, the state handbook is still good. You guys should have access to that for state. The LSPD handbook, Payne rewrote that for you guys, and then we're also in the midst of rewriting the BCSO handbook with the uniforms and policies and all that stuff as well. So just be patient with us on that, and we will get it released as soon as humanly possible. If you have time and you want to help, with those things, you have any ideas that you want to add in, just let us know, and we're always open to suggestions on that. As far as like what I was talking about earlier, SWAT, hostage negotiations, FTO, we're still working on applications and tests for those types of things. So what we're going to do is not only keep in mind who's here like tonight, but who's also putting in time as well on their police. You know, I want to get some of these EUPs used up and get some of these other subdivisions. It just doesn't make sense to have, you know, like we need a mix of patrol and different types of units. We can't just have, you know, SWAT running around all the time. We're just gang unit running around all the time. And we are getting new gangs in and things like that. So mainly what we're going to do is open up short applications, just like state. And a side note here, not trying to steal anybody, but state's looking for more people. I think we only have about 4 or 5 truly active state troopers. So if you're ever interested in that, make sure you've got a little bit of time, at least a month or more in LSPD or BCSO, and then you can always apply to state. But we're going to open up apps for every type of department, or for each department. We're going to have SWAT and gang unit and things like that. And then what we're going to do with that is do short interviews, make sure you guys are qualified and you're fit for those type of positions. And then what we'll do is we'll have a roster that will say, okay, you know, 1L08 is certified in SWAT and hostage negotiations. So that way he's able to deal with certain situations, and he's certified to wear those type of uniforms. But we'll have separate trainings for each of those things once we get applications out and get you guys rolling into those type of roles. And then that way you can be certified in different things, and maybe some days we can do gang units, some days we can do some detective stuff. But yeah, that's the plan with opening up some of these subdivisions. It would just be a little bit too hard to, like, we're already kind of full today, and I really want to go over the basics of everything and expectations instead of just jumping right into SWAT and hostage negotiations. So it's not like you can't show up to a bank robbery if you're not SWAT. It's just saying, like, you know, you probably shouldn't be the one to be in a helmet and vest and go in first. And it's not to say that you can't right now, but just maybe not a good fit. But that's all going to be up to you guys. If you don't want to be in those, certified in those things, don't apply for them. And that is kind of the other thing. I didn't want to say, okay, you guys are forced to do these types of subdivisions. It'll be available if you want to be certified in those type of areas. And especially for my state guys that are in here tonight and not in here as well, I really encourage you guys as well to get certified in those things, since we do kind of take the lead. And some of the other, we have jurisdiction everywhere, and we help with some of the other departments. So I really encourage you guys to apply for those, and that way we can get some of those positions filled and rolled out here. Policies for on and off duty. Make sure that you guys are going off duty. If you're going to be gone, I would say, honestly, if you're going to be gone for more than like 2 minutes, just go off duty, because it affects what can be robbed. To make it easier, I'm not going to do it now because I'd have to go back to the station and go off duty, or on duty, but the easiest thing to do is just pull up your MDT, and wherever you are, just right click and click toggle duty. Now, when you want to go back on duty, you won't be able to access your MDT because you're off duty, of course. So you'll just have to go back on duty inside the department, so whether that's police or sheriff department or whatever it might be. And then following that, make sure, like, you guys, if you're not, plan ahead. You know, if you know you're getting ready to go to bed or you got something to do later on, make sure that you're kind of planning ahead and not, you know, leaving your car out in the middle of the road and then logging off, and then you log back in the next day and you're like, can somebody come pick me up? If you just take those few moments to go back to the station, then most of the time you're going to be there. And also, when you leave like cars out everywhere, it just leaves for civilians to rob it, or even have that kind of idea to rob it. So I know I've gone around a little bit sometimes and I'm DVing cars and stuff. So whether you do it or you notice somebody that does it, just DV the car. That's one of the reasons I gave you guys all the command, is so that you guys can do that as well. Just kind of helps each other out, keeps it from the city getting to packed here. So. Alright, we do have a bunch of new armory items. If you haven't already noticed, there's pepper spray, megaphones, tracking tools. I'm going to... I shouldn't need to go over like how to use everything, but let me give myself at least like the tracking tools just so you guys can see how they work. Megaphone's pretty, simple. You're just going to, if you want to use it out of a car, you're just going to put it in your hotkeys, and then you're going to hold down like you're aiming a gun, and then you're going to hold down like you're shooting it, and it actually gives you a little animation up there, and then you should be able to hear. It's the distance is pretty ridiculous. You can hear somebody from far away. And what's cool about it is you can use it in the car as well. It's a different key, but when you're in the car, you don't have to have it in your hotkeys or anything. You actually just hold down K, and then the person in front of you or the car in front of you can tell them move up to the side, or if you're doing a code 5 stop, you can tell them driver, get out of the vehicle, use your left hand, open the outside door handle, things like that, and it just kind of helps communication, especially since the PMA voice proximity, even on shouting, isn't super loud. So that's that. Pepper spray is easy to use. You can actually recharge the pepper spray, but I gotta get the coordinates set up for MRPD so that you can recharge the pepper spray there. But it's just like a gun. You're just gonna hold it and use it, and then you spray them in the face, and then they'll get some buttons on their screen and an animation where they have to rub their eyes and spit and things like that to get rid of it. And then fire and EMS have this as well, but let's say you spray somebody and like they're still hurting and things like that. You can do the command. It's called antidote, and you'll pull out the antidote, and then you can spray them, and it should take away the effects of the pepper spray. Just depending on how much you sprayed them, you may have to do it a few times, but that is that. Outfit bags. I'm going to be adding the outfit bags to the armory, but these are going to be really helpful, especially for responding to banks and store robberies and things like that. Basically, all you do is put it in your hotkeys, pop it out, and then you're going to use your eyeball, and you can open the bag, and then here's all your pre-saved outfits right here. So, like, if I'm up, I'm at a bank, I don't have to go back to MRPD and take all the time to change all my clothes, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do is just click, my SWAT uniform, and now we're ready to go. So there's that, and then you can just pick it back up. For what was the other tool? Oh, backpacks. Backpacks will be really useful as well. I'll put these in the armory too. Ours will say like police on it. But these are going to be really useful for storing items, so you can put them in your hotkey. They have to be in your hotkey to use them. And then you can store the other items that you need, which, while I'm in here now, let me go and grab the screwdriver and tracking tools. But yeah, so you can keep extra items in there, so that way you can store more evidence in your inventory. It holds up to like 200 pounds, which is 80 pounds more than what you can usually carry on your own body. There's not as many slots, but you can hold a lot more stuff, so... This is really useful, and while I'm actually bringing this up with the backpack, something I would let you guys know, just because they were kind of new and I haven't really made a video on how to use them yet, something I would keep in mind is when you're searching people, go ahead and take that backpack off of them and search it as well, because they could be, I've seen sometimes where they've already been searched, but they have the backpack, and then they've got like they've got packaged meth in there and MP9s and shit like that, so just make sure you're checking the backpack as well, because you can hold quite a bit of items in there, and it's a good way for them to hide stuff for criminals. And then we also have the briefcases. The briefcases are usually locked by codes, but if you go into the armory, you'll actually see, it'll look like a regular lockpick, but the thing on the bottom will say briefcase lockpicker. And what that is for is only for us, so that we can, it's just like lockpicking a car, but instead you're gonna lockpick their briefcase. So you have to have that in order to open the briefcase, unless for some reason they give you the code, which I highly doubt will happen. So make sure you're carrying those types of items, and the bag system's really cool because then you can hold a lot more of those items from the armory, you can hold those things in your bag. And then, like I said, the outfit bag is really useful as well. Yeah, there's some other scripts that don't really relate to police that I've added in where you can shoot somebody and you can actually steal the clothes that they have on. I'm not going to name any names, but we had an officer the other day that took somebody, and of course it was an accident, but he accidentally did his eyeball on the person when they were dead and put all his clothes on. And so he was like running around without a shirt and Christmas pants. You already know who you are, man. But nonetheless, just keep in mind those types of things, and players can do that as well. When they shoot other players, they can steal like the clothes off their back. So, and then civilians can also have these outfit bags, so just keep in mind, people might be sneaky, they might look like, you know, they might look different when you see them, and then completely different another time when they're running away. One thing I will tell you guys, I'm not gonna talk forever. We'll do some training stuff here, but when you're in game right now, make sure you're moving around so you don't get kicked for AFK. You don't have to like keep moving around, but just try to move around every couple minutes so you don't get kicked for AFK. Yeah, so that's all the items and stuff like that. Does anybody have any questions on any of the armory or inventory items right now? Okay, cool. Well, and if you do, just don't be afraid to just unmute yourself and ask or anything like that. Okay. We're gonna go into arrests and MDT, and then we'll do a little bit of some pursuit and chasing stuff, or chasing each other. We'll do some fun things like that. So arrests, so obviously the process for if you pull somebody over. So let's say, you know, Payne, you pulled him over in his car and you got him out. Obviously some of this stuff is pretty easy for you guys because you've been doing it, but you're just going to go to work, police actions, and then search. I always try to make it realistic and tell them put their hands in the air, but you don't have to. And you just say, I'm going to pat you down, and then you can be like, do you have anything on you that's going to stick, poke, or stab me? And he might say, yeah, I got a screwdriver on me. And then I'll be like, okay, where is it? Obviously we don't have real pockets, but I just try to role play it out and be like, okay, where's the screwdriver? Is it in your right pocket, left front pocket, back left pocket? And then they'll say something, and I'll be like, okay. So that just prevents you from getting stabbed or hurt and them catching an extra charge. So just something to keep in mind when you're searching people. And then, so Miranda rights, it's something that's a little bit hard to, some people are under the impression it's a little bit different, that you have to be read your Miranda rights as soon as you're taken into custody, which is not true. Obviously there's a difference between being detained and being arrested. Make sure that you've got enough evidence before you arrest somebody. But if they're being detained, you don't have to read them their rights, even if you are asking them questions. Now, once you place them under arrest, unless you intend to question them and ask them questions that are related to the case that would later be used against them, especially as we do more court RP, then make sure you read them their rights before you ask them any questions, because any questions that they answered related to what happened before you read them their rights won't be able to be used against them. That's the whole point of the Miranda rights. So just keep that in mind. If you're just pulling somebody over for reckless driving, and you don't care about where they came from or anything like that, and you're just taking them down the cell, then I would just suggest, and what I typically do in those situations is I just read them their rights before I sentence them. So just make sure you do it before. But if you're going to question them, you've got to read them their rights when they're under arrest. You've got to read them their rights before you sentence them, or before you ask them any questions. And then if you're not going to ask them any questions, just make sure you do it at least once before you sentence them. That is probably one of the major reasons that civilians will sue police departments. And keep in mind, they can sue for up to $500,000 each department. So something simple as that can fine the city a lot of money, and it can also, lead to a mark on your record, or or getting talked to or whatever. So just make sure that you're doing that properly and reading them their rights, so that way they know. And also, it's part of the law. So you got to make sure that you read them their Miranda rights. And fingerprints. Everybody should pretty much know how to fingerprint somebody. But what I typically do is I'll fingerprint somebody if they don't have an ID on them, and even sometimes I'll still do that because it just verifies, because they can rob other people and steal their driver's license or ID, so it just verifies that that person is who they say that they are. And the fingerprint system, you're just going to click E down there. It'll pop up. It's like using the armory, and then they're going to click on the little fingerprint part there. What I typically do, I'm actually getting a new cuffing system where you can cuff people in the front just to make it a little bit more realistic. And it's got some other things as well where you can like tie them up, hog tie them, and things like that for civilians. But I mean, unless you guys want to hog tie people, I wouldn't suggest it, but that's just me. But when it comes to fingerprints, what I usually do is I'll do /me, and then I'll just say like push his finger on scanner, something like that. And make sure that you're taking advantage of /me too. So if you pull up to a car, not all civilians do or know what it is, so you can always just be like /me, do I see anything out of ordinary or something like that. When we couldn't actually, when there was no, it was just V menu, we played on a different city, there was no V menu, or there was V menu and there was no actual glove box and trunk, you couldn't actually search for things because there was no inventory system. We always had to do like, /me search his car. What do I find? So, yeah, just take advantage of /me because it's a really cool thing and it adds in a lot of cool roleplay on top of what we can do with the scripts already. So, just something to keep in mind there. Make sure when you're going through the MDT that you let them know their charges. That's one of their basic rights under the Constitution, is to read them their rights and let them know what their charges are, since we don't always go through a judge. Now, what I am going to be doing, just depending on how, we'll try to find the busiest night, but for right now, what I'm going to be doing probably Wednesday nights, I usually do the judge roleplay, and then Cash does sometimes as well, but I usually play as the judge, so I wanted to start doing it Wednesday nights where I just sit in there pretty much most of the evening, and you can just bring people in, and they can actually be, their cases can be heard in front of the court before they're actually sentenced. And then we're also going to be implementing a bail system as well for non-violent misdemeanor crimes. So as long as they haven't shot or killed a cop or robbed a store or anything, you can set a bail amount. You can be, we'll come up with a bail number for each type of crime, especially as we get into, as we add in snore and CAD. But as of now, you can just maybe double the fine, or maybe set it at like 5 or 10 grand or something like that if it's something simple. But this gives people the opportunity, and it gives us the opportunity as well to have more warrant role play, court role play, and then it also allows players to just come in and only be processed and then get right back out. So how that would work is you would still bring them in, process them, write up the report, but just don't sentence them. Just keep the report there, and then what we would do is we'd send out a warrant, or we'd send out a subpoena to that civilian and the officers involved and say, look, you have to show up this night at this time, and we're going to be holding a court date for your alleged charges. And then that person can say what happened, and then the police officers can also talk as well. Since we don't really have, we have the lawyer application if you are ever interested, but since we don't have a ton of lawyers now, or a city attorney that can be on, I guess, every night, we're all just going to have to represent ourselves. It's not going to be like actual real-life court, but we're just going to role play it out and ask questions and use body cam evidence and use the incident report and things like that to try to determine what the best charge would be for that individual, and to give them the actual opportunity to answer for their crimes before just being charged. So we'll start doing that Wednesday night. I'll probably just hang out at the courthouse, and that way you guys can bring people in and give everybody a chance to go through like it would be in real life. And then as time goes on, maybe I can step out of state, let some of these guys run it, and just do Judge RP all the time. Jailing and fining, everybody should pretty much know how to do that, but make sure you're putting in the right numbers. So it's just going to be /jail, their ID, and then the amount of time they're going to be in jail, and then their bill is going to be, bill, ID, and then the amount for that. Alright, let's go over the MDT really, really quick, and I promise I'll quit talking myself and we'll do some pit maneuver stuff. So, let's do it on my characters. So this is your MDT, obviously. You're going to search. This is the dashboard. It's got all the warrants down here. It's take me a minute because I'm running a bunch of things in the background. Sorry, hold on. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is your dashboard. You got all the warrants down here, bulletins, which I always put just a little bit of information, like making sure you activate your body cam, which, side note, in case you don't know how to use your body cam, it's /body cam, and it'll activate it. There's a keybind for it as well, which you guys can always kind of mess with in the settings and see what that is. But then you got your active units over here, which, good God, I'd hate to be a criminal right now. But then you got, you'll go into profile. Still kind of taking a second to load. And this is where you're going to search the player. I usually do just the first or the last name. Sometimes when you do both, it doesn't want to pop up. So I'm going to use my Civ character here. And with this, we are going to work on snoring CAD. So I'm not going to go into too much detail in this MDT, especially when we're getting ready to switch within the next couple months or the beginning of the year. And if you haven't heard of Snoring CAD, I would definitely look into it. There's a lot of cool things like the mobile command center and the shot spotter and live cameras and things like that. There's actually a whole dispatch system in there as well. So just a little side note there with our new MDT. But anyway, so some of you may not know how to register a firearm, and I'm going to give you a good example of that. What we typically do is we'll give them the firearm license first. So we'll do pain here. I'm going to do grant license, their ID, which is 71. Do weapon, and then click enter. Now he should be able to go down to City Hall and get his license from same place he gets his driver and IDs. Driver's license and ID. He can get his weapon license there, and then he's going to go to ammunition, get a gun, and bring it back to me or another officer. And what you're going to do is you're going to just write in here valid weapon license, or weapon license issued, or whatever you want to say. It doesn't have to be word for word, but valid weapon license. You can put issued and put the date, and then you'll put the serial number here for the weapon, and then you can put God, what is the other thing? Oh, you can just put like issued by and put your name right here. That way they know it's issued, who it's issued by, since we can't really activate these licenses up here. Just keep it in their profile for now. Any sort of information, if you think if they're suspected of being a gang leader or any kind of that, any kind of information like that, feel free to fill up this profile with all that kind of information. And an easy way to search for somebody from their fingerprint is, once you have them scan it, you can actually just copy it from right there. You can do Control C, you can select it, hit Control C, and then you can paste it right here, and then it'll come up with the player's profile right here. So that's fingerprints and issuing weapons license. The other thing I do put is the type of weapon, so I'll put like a pistol MK2. Now, how the charges work for weapons is not only do they have to have a weapon license, but that weapon has to be registered as well. So let's say, you know, they have a pistol MK2 registered, but you search them and they also have a shotgun in there that's not registered. Well, that shotgun, even though they have a weapons license, it's not registered in their system, and the whole point of that is so that we can trace the bullet casings back to them. So they would still get criminal possession of a weapon class A, and then possibly lose their firearm license as well. Granting it is the same as revoking it. You're just going to do revoke license, their ID, and then the type of license. Try not to revoke driver's license unless it's absolutely necessary, because it's a pain in the butt getting it back. If anybody has any questions about how they get their weapons or driver's license back, you can just tell them to see a judge, and that's something else that we'll be doing with the court RP, is having them go in front of a judge and request to get that sort of information or those licenses back. Alright, so that's... Anybody have any questions about registering a firearm or anything like that? Because I know a lot of people didn't know how to do this. So anybody have any questions? Let me show you too an easy way to... So you don't have to type out the whole number. I'm going to show you. Well, my pistols might not have a... Alright, here's one. I usually put it like on the side here. And then I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to select serial number, double click, copy. And I'm going to go back into the MDT. Control C is how I copy. And then I'm going to go into the serial number right there. And then put it right there. It's the easiest way to do it. You don't have to type it out. And that's the same process with the fingerprint. You just select it, Control C, and then paste it right in the profile. But yeah, that's profiles. Incidents, we don't really use the reports. Reports are mainly going to be used if you went to a shots fired call, or you went to a domestic dispute call and nobody got arrested. So just that kind of information there. Maybe if you went to a car crash, or you want to put out a bolo for somebody, those types of things would be in here. Where nobody was arrested, but you want to have the kind of information. And I believe you can add pictures in here as well, so you can upload them to Discord and then copy, and you can save them in there for the report. Now, incidents is where we actually charge somebody, so we're just going to do my character here. So I usually put their first and last name, or you can put their first initial and last name, whatever. I usually put the main charge, so let's say I killed 5 cops and I robbed a store. I'm probably going to put like murder of Leo right there, and then you're going to add them on the right side, criminals involved. You always have to click guilty and processed. Now keep in mind, with the new bail system, only do processed. But if it's a felony or anything like that, you're going to do guilty and processed. If you don't, it won't show up on their profile as a previous conviction. So you click guilty and processed, you're going to right click, add charge, and we'll just put simple assault or aggravated assault. We'll just click a couple here. If you accidentally click one you didn't mean to, you can actually right click on your mouse on the same exact charge and it'll disappear. So that's that. As far as summaries go, one of the main questions you should ask yourself when you're writing it, and Steve was going through this with some of the explorers last night, but don't put opinions or any kind of fluffy extra information there. Just something simple like suspect was at jewelry store, ran from police, was tased, treated for injuries, taken into custody. So make it short, sweet, to the point, but also try to answer the questions who, what, when, where, why, and how at the same time. So none of that information like I think he was fast, or in my opinion, things like that. Just state the facts. If there's any hostages involved, list them here. You don't always have to list the weapons and items confiscated since we have the evidence. What I usually do is I'll put like see below, and then we'll add it down there. Going back to the charges, and feel free to record this or you can watch it back as well since I'm streaming it anyway, and I'll post it to YouTube. But let's say I add assault in there. I don't know why that blacks out sometimes, but I'll add assault here. Recommended fine is 850, so I'm going to put 850 here as well. And then I'm going to put it down here too, 850. Recommended sentence, what I usually do is I'll take off that last number. So let's say it's recommended sentence is 150, it's going to be 15. If the recommended sentence is 20, I'm going to put 2. So sentence is going to be 2, that's just going to be 2 months. And yeah, and then officers involved, put their first initial, last name, or you can put their call sign, whatever. Just try to involve who was there. That way, if or when a court case comes up later, you can see that. Now, for evidence, this is what I was talking about for see below. Make sure that you click save, or otherwise the evidence won't go in there. It'll show what everybody's done previously. It'll just be a bunch of old evidence. So click save first, and then you're going to click the plus sign on evidence, and you're going to click stash right here, and then you're going to drag those items into that case. So let's say you had bullet casings or fingerprints or whatever it might be, you're going to drag all that stuff into here. And then, yeah, from there you can save it. You can keybind the MDT as well, so you don't have to do the command every time. But we went over reports, bolos. Roster has some good information. It's not our actual roster, of course, but it has the 10 codes in here and some of the penal codes and case laws as well, just for reference. DMV. When I search a plate on a vehicle, I don't usually use the MDT from our MDT system. I use it on the phone. So what I'll do is I'll go to the back of the car and use the MDT app down here, and then I'll click the little barcode, and then that's going to show me the owner. MOT means it's insured, and then the license plate number. So any kind of weird number is typically a local car, and you can't always assume that it's stolen. They could have gotten it from a rental or whatever it might be. So yeah, that's just kind of the easiest way to do that instead of typing in the whole license plate, because I know sometimes you can't. You have to look and then come back here and type it and things like that. You can issue bolos for those vehicles as well. And our MDT is too, if you type in like a NPC's license plate that they stole or they got from a rental place, it's not going to come up. This is only really for players. So, any questions on the MDT or anything I didn't cover that you guys would like me to cover? The last thing I'll say about the MDT before we talk shortly about pit maneuvers and do some, the one thing I will say is don't pass off your reports to another officer. If you are the primary officer, just write the report. The paperwork comes with the job. It's a lot of fun sometimes, chasing people around and arresting them and being the good guy, but at the same time it comes with the reports. So make sure that you're getting that done. Don't, especially for higher ups, you don't want to be a recruit. It doesn't look good as a recruit to be like, I charged this guy, but I gotta go 10-7 for a few mics, so can you write the report, asking your sergeant or chief. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind. Alright, let's talk about a few things with pits, and we'll go ahead and get lined up on the airstrip here and practice a little bit. If you guys want, we can just split into a couple of different groups and have one person be the person running and the other person be the one doing the pit, and then we'll do a couple practice traffic stops and use lethal force as well. I got the little obstacle course out here we can run on too, and then the little building that we're here right now, where we're at right now, there's a little bit of a place in there so we can practice with that. So pit maneuvers, couple things to keep in mind, and let this be a training process. So if somebody, any sort of higher up, whether it's me or like a sergeant, if they say, hey, maybe you should change this, or even each other, like, hey, I saw you did this. Is there a reason why you did it? Or maybe you should do it this way next time. Just remember we're all learning from each other. So just don't get offended by it or anything. It's just a good way to change different ways you go about things. And it's good tools for the future as well. So things to keep in mind, make sure you're requesting a pit. Obviously we don't have like a full-time dispatch online all the time, but I'll usually just roleplay that we do, you know, SO1 requesting a pit, and then I'll do it anyway. Or if you do have a supervisor on, you can always request a pit. Make sure you're communicating, like you're saying, that one of the main three things is like the speed, traffic conditions, and weather. Speed, traffic conditions. Yeah, so you'll be like, you'll say, SO1 requested a pit, speeds are at 100, traffic low, weather clear, and then you'll go in for that pit on the backside. With pursuits and chases in general, make sure you're keeping your distance and you're planning ahead. Most of the time that person's either going to wreck or they're going to make a quick turn and you're not going to be able to catch up to them. So don't ride their ass during a pursuit. It's not going to get you anywhere. Plan ahead and give them some space, especially if they're shooting, or even if they're not shooting, just give them some space and plan ahead for the different types of moves that they're going to make. And that'll help you in a lot of chases. Takeovers. If somebody is primary, unless they call off to go get gas or they wreck, don't take over the primary officer that is in the chase. There's probably a reason that they're keeping their distance, or you know, whatever it might be. Unless they let you know, like, I'm out of the chase, don't take over it. I know there's been a few times in the past, I wouldn't say recently, but maybe your car is faster, but you just, you know, don't just go up beyond him and then just try to hit him, or, you know, just try to take over. It's just a respect thing, and it's also a safety reason as well. So primary is, you know, usually in charge of staying on them and watching them, and doing the pit if it's requested and needed. And then your secondary is going to be in charge of communications. Keep up to date on everything. If they're taking a left turn down this street, and the road, the name of the road, and the postal, all that kind of information is on your screen. You can activate the compass if you don't. You have postals. You know, just communication is a big thing. The description of the vehicle, how many occupants, just all that kind of stuff. And especially during pursuits, letting the other officers know what is going on and where they're going, where they're turning. That way we can keep up to date, and especially as we get a dispatch system with Snore and CAD, they need to know where the officers are at all times. Even if you're taking a 2-minute donut break, let them know I'm going to be 10-7 for a few mics. Same with like processing down in the station. You know, once you get somebody arrested, SO1, one in custody, transporting to a pillbox or transporting an MRPD, SO1 will be 10-7 for a few mics, processing suspect. And then when you're done, you know, SO1 back to 10-8. Just so that they know, and other officers don't expect you to be answering calls or be somewhere when you're already busy doing something. So that's mainly with pursuits. Yeah, road conditions, so traffic. Priorities is another thing. I do have a little bit of a priority script in now, so it makes it a little bit easier. What I'm going to do, as long as I'm on as a cop, and some of these other staff members, they can... So how the priorities work is priority is on hold, nobody can run or shoot cops, no violent RP. Same with cooldowns, and same with priority in progress. So what I would ask of you guys, if for some reason there's no staff on as a cop, just do call admin and be like, I need a prio, or make a ticket real quick and be like, I need a prio. It's probably be easier just do call admin in game. That way we can say, okay, this priority is going on in progress, and nobody else can rob, 10 other banks and stores while that certain priority is going on. So that's the process for now for requesting priorities. If I'm on, or one of the other staff members are on, you can just be like, hey, can I get a prio? And I'll just put in the command for priorities. And it basically tells you up in the chat as well. So like, let's say there's one in progress. I'll just do, so there's a priority in progress. That means our chase is what's most important right now. This is going to be a little bit hard for people getting used to that aren't normalized with the priorities, but in the meantime, just prioritize yourself as well. So you know, if you're chasing somebody for drinking and driving, and then somebody starts robbing the Pacific Bank and there's only 4 cops on, or 5, you should probably let the drunk driver go and go to the bank robbery. So try to prioritize yourself on top of just the progresses and, you know, pursuits and things like that. So yeah, and that's it. Planning ahead and distance. So if you guys want, I know some of you guys got your cars. I got a couple other cars lined up over here. I give you the keys if you guys want to get into. Let's just make it easy. If you guys want to pair into 2s, and me Payne and Cash will kind of spectate and hang out with you guys, and you can pit each other and chase each other. Is there someone? Are we waiting on somebody to get in the base?
Yeah, Steve's trying to get in.
All right.
I'm looking for one.
Yeah, I thought I saw a couple guys out there.
Okay. Alright, I got you guys. Hang tight. The gates are stuck, so I have to no clip you guys in. But if some of you guys can that are already in here, go ahead and just grab somebody, come over here to the airfield, and we'll just chase down. I'll probably get in a car as well, and then you guys can chat with each other on what you did right or what you did wrong.
I just logged in. Should I come there, bring a cop car?
You don't have to. I'm spawning some out here, so I just have to give you guys keys for the ones that don't. Oh, Steve just ramped it like Dustin did. That's the way to do it, right there. Are you already in stone? I'll just TP you out there. How should we do this? Cash Paint, should we do... Where's your car, Ventura?
It's out of gas.
Oh my god. Come here. Yeah, this one. Should we do like one at a time in a row, or should we all just go at the same time?
Do the pits?
Yeah.
If we do everybody, we're gonna have to split up and get some room.
Yeah.
We'll do one at or a group at a time. Just
Yeah, we'll do like 2 cars at a
group.
time. No, yeah. Well, and I can grab a couple SIP cars as well if you guys wanna come over here with me, and we could be the people getting chased.
Alright.
I'll just grab like some simple, slow cars.
I'll get chased too.
You're always getting chased. You're used to that.
Exactly why I'm a good prospect for it. We'll do this, and I really want to use that building as well. We'll have 4 or 5 people maybe set up in there as civilians, and somebody be a hostage or something. Let's see. Let me put this in. It's not very cop related.
While we're here, can we get some of these rockets installed to the vehicles?
Rockets?
Yeah, these 2.7 millimeter flechette rockets that are right here.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the tools. All I got is a screwdriver.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, let me get another Sultan over here lined up. Let's do some Sultans. Let's do 3 cops at a time. Chasing. I guess the other thing I'd mention is
I think ain't got no gas in it either.
when you do get them pitted and you stop them,
you know, make sure you're making commands and just communicating with them. Like I said, we'll go. Practice here. Oh, here. Anybody else need a car? Why are there like 20 blips right here? We're all lined up here at the, like right by where we were at that building, at the front of the runway. Yeah, we'll just do, we'll line up, we'll do 3 at a time, and the cops can get behind us.
Fuel for this thing, or no?
I don't. The only thing I can do is fix it. They come like that. There we go.
Yeah, where's the vehicle?
Ask Juicy.
Can I get a vehicle, please?
Where you at?
I'm lined up.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah, come over here. I didn't know those gates were blocked earlier. I would have fixed that shit. 18, there we go. God damn it. Here.
Thank you.
Yep. No worries.
That's alright, there's only one way to learn the redneck way to get in here.
Yeah, I figured. I figured Dustin was gonna ramp it.
Learn for the best.
Yeah, my car's not working.
Car's not working. Oh,
Yeah,
what the
let
fuck
me
is
go.
going on? Whoa.
During the process, are we going to talk on the radio or talk on the channel?
Yeah, you know what? What we'll do is we'll line up and we'll just do one car at a time. Like we'll do the 3, but we'll just do one at a time. That way we can't use the radio. And that way we don't run into each other either.
Okay. Are they doing not just the pit, but they doing all the way to being in cuffs? Or
Yeah, let's go ahead and just do that. Getting them out of the car. Yeah, putting them in cuffs, and we'll just kind of suggest or stuff from there. What is up with these chargers? Why are they doing that? Jeff, you're a little stuck there, friend. Doesn't even make any sense. Alright, whatever. Let me get you a new one.
my god, that one sounds great.
Oh, there you go. What in the fuck is going on? I'll try something different. Chef, you're just broke, dude.
I'm gonna rewind real quick.
Alright. Yeah, just let me know when you're back. I got you. It might have fucked some of you guys up to TPing you over here and no clipping you through the gates. Like I said, I should have checked the place earlier, but I thought it'd be good. I've used it before, so. Alright.
I'm gonna get pitted and stuff, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself as well. That way, whoever's pitting me, we'll just do one at a time. So I'll go, and then Payne will go, and then where's Cash? That's your car down there. Did I give you the keys? Or you need the keys?
Should just turn vehicle keys off for this, to be honest. Oh, what are you doing, man? If you want, you can ride with one of these guys who's chasing me, and then I'll get you a car.
In the police car.
Yeah, in the police car. In one of these guys' cars back here.
Not the blue car.
Yeah, if you want, get in one of these cop cars, and then they can give you the keys and let you use theirs next. Just so that way we can focus on one civilian. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna mute myself, and then once I go, you can go, and then Cash can go. We'll go from there. Just correct people as needed, or if not. Alright, have fun, guys. You ready back there? Who's chasing me?
Which one are you going first? Go ahead and step up to the plate. Right behind you.
What radio channel are we using?
I thought they were using the radio for all of it.
Yeah, the usual
yeah.
100.
Yeah.
He must not be connected.
My bad. Sir, put your hands up. Stop.
Finish out, get him a cuff.
One Lincoln 08, got one at Taser Point. Alright, I need you to stay right where you're at. Wait, one in custody.
That was a really good pit, Steve. Way to start it off, too. I really like how you timed it out, took your time, didn't get too worried about the end of it there. These cars are pretty slow as well, so. And of course, sometimes we're gonna have desyncs, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, that was really good, really good.
Maybe the next guy that goes should just unmute himself in the chat. That way we can hear him. Everybody can hear him.
Lincoln 08, clear.
If you guys need a revive, fix on your car, fuel, anything, just let me know. But it also didn't destroy my car sometimes. Obviously, when you pit them, it may spin them back straight, and they may keep continuing. But you just don't want to go above and beyond like and smashing them, right? So, oh my god. All right, whoever's next. Whoever wants to try to chase pain. A lot of cops over here making my frames drop.
Who we got?
Won't be a 6.
7-4. Beep when you're ready.
Fit. Speeds are moderate.
Alright, we can keep this rolling. Cash, if you wanna, whoever's gonna chase Cash, go ahead and get lined up behind him.
Alright, who we got?
Looking 41.
Gotcha.
Alright. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready. 1VO6, one in custody. One looking 41 request.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was a nice pit on the back end there. Very nice.
Next one, line up. The right side car. Don't be shy. What we got here?
1 out 20.
See what you got, Trevor.
One out 20 requesting pit.
Alright, who's next?
Get out of the vehicle.
Who we got?
Bravo 9.
Hands up.
Let me know when you're ready. Click your lights.
Good job, brother.
Now requesting pit. 1 out 20, 1 in custody. 90 and above. Those are moderate.
Yep, just few things like the pit was perfect. The first one you missed, but you made up for it. The one thing, just make sure you're mentioning speeds and traffic and road conditions, just real quick, briefly. That's all I would say. But other than that, man, really good job.
Who we got?
All right, brother. Thank you.
Alright, let me know when you're ready.
Driver, step out of the vehicle.
Good job, well done. If you want to reset with him, let him get a shot.
Yeah. You gotta step out, my man. There you go.
You got your car here, Chef.
That's a good idea too.
I had a feeling it was going to happen at some point in DC.
But what if the lead car is slower than the car we?
Alright, do we have any going right? Does anybody still need to go? Said Chef. Just because I'm gonna do one real quick, just kind of give you a preview if I don't mess it up. Of course, you're not gonna get them perfect every time, and sometimes you have to plan for desync, but just kind of give you an idea of what I guess it should look like. Who do you want me to chase? Payne, Cash, both of you?
It's up to you.
Payne, you go ahead.
Your hood and trunk are open there.
I was kind of hoping to hit your windshield, to be honest with you.
Okay. So just kind of give you a preview. I know it's a little bit difficult when other people are watching, but like I said, just kind of give you an idea briefly, and then yeah. Also, sometimes we have more people in a chase than one, so. But just to give you an idea, yeah, and make sure you're not like swinging around and smacking into them. You kind of want to pull it beside of them. Sometimes you do want to plan for that desync and maybe a little bit farther behind them, and just kind of, you know, push off to the side there and push them around, spin them. All right, whenever you are, buddy. That's the one requesting pit. Speeds are at 80. Traffic conditions are snowy. Low traffic. Driver, step out of the vehicle. Put your hands where I can see them. Face away from me. Get on your knees.
Explorer, if you want a shot, flash your lights when you're ready.
That's the one in custody.
Next. Oh, you let me go. Oh my god.
You're free. Kind of swung out a little bit, but yeah, it's alright.
Right up. Hit manure.
Alright, does anybody need a car fix, gas? Want to go again?
I do need gas and armor.
Alright. Just give me the keys, man.
Let's see here. Give keys. Says there's nobody nearby. What's the number is 58, right?
Just do / give keys. Alright, I'll have to get in the driver's seat. Anybody else need anything? Revive, car fix, gas?
Can you fix my Durango there beside you? Right behind you?
Yep. Any of you guys want to go as the Civ in one of the Sultans and pit the other car?
1020, I'll go with Sue.
Okay. Anybody want to chase Trevor? Oh shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, line it up. Yeah, we'll do this a few more times and Payne and Cash if you want. We'll go in that little building there. We can do some hostage shootout stuff. Actually, let me yeah, go ahead with that one. You're good. Whenever you guys are ready.
Do you want to do one quick scenario of like a code 5
Yeah, that's a good point. Yep, let's do that.
while we got cars out?
Yeah, let's do, let's, how about me and you, Cash, pull paint over for a code 5, and then we'll let them do it a couple times.
Okay.
On your knees. Don't resist. And he's missing a tire.
Oh, he ain't going very far then. The other thing I would say when it comes to pursuits, try, if you can, I know it does happen IRL, you know, tasing and shooting out the window, but if you can avoid it, you know, if they're shooting at you in the middle of pursuit, then I get it, you know, keep your distance, maybe zigzag back and forth a little bit, but like if they're running on foot and they don't have a gun or anything, you know, don't just tase them out the window. Try to tase them on foot, at least. Just some people don't. I don't know why, but some people just get upset when you tase them out of the window there, so it's something to think about. Like I said, I know it does happen IRL, but... Or like if somebody's climbing up a ladder, if you can avoid it. Alright, so we'll let Payne here. Payne's gonna be our civilian in the cop car. Me and Cash are just gonna code 5 and then we'll do like groups of 3 if one of you guys want to do civ, and a couple of you can be cop and code 5 'em. We had somebody yesterday that didn't know what a code 5 was. And this isn't, code 5s aren't typically pursuits. So. Now, obviously, usually we're on the side of the road or whatever, but we try to surround them as much as possible. The more vehicles, the better. Sometimes we'll park a vehicle in front, but not always, just for safety reasons. We have the script where you can hold down F and it opens up your door, and then we have the megaphone as well. So if you have a couple guys, what I would do is one person can be in the car and use the megaphone, and then the other person can open up their door and just have their gun pointed at them. And then once they're out of the vehicle and you get them on their knees, then you can have the other person approach and put them in custody. Driver, shut off the engine. Oh, sorry. Let me take a step back here. SO1, code 5, 5005 with a 4-door Durango, occupied ×1. Requesting 32s. So this would be a scenario where maybe we don't have cops here yet, so now Cash has arrived. And he'll go ahead and pop his door open, get ready behind his door if it's not too high, and he'll just point at the driver. Guns always. Driver. His window's already open, so driver, keep your hands where we can see him. With your left hand, open up the outside door handle. Keep your hands where we can see him. Driver, keep your hand, put your hands in the air. Walk backwards towards the sound of my voice. Stop. Face away from us. Get down on your knees. Interlock your fingers. You got me covered.
Covered.
That's pretty much it. Someone want to custody? Then we'll search him, search the car, all that fun stuff. So that's mainly code 5s. Code 5s are for, like, you know, if somebody's suspected of kidnapping or hostage or any kind of sort of violent crime, they have a warrant. Anything where you need to, you know, basically protect yourself and be ready in case they have a gun or anything like that. So, you guys want to do that a couple times with the megaphone? If not, it's not a big deal. That's pretty self-explanatory with code 5s.
Everybody knows how to put spike strips down and stuff, right?
I'm pretty sure everybody should. Sometimes they don't delete, but yeah, we can go over that real quick. So,
There's a couple different ways you do spike strips through the F1 menu. You can do the work, police actions. That's objects, ain't it? I don't usually do through the F1.
Whenever we go to delete them, do you prefer us to run up and hit the E to delete, or does it work better if we go in through the F1 menu?
If they will delete them, if it will, either way works. It doesn't matter. Okay. Sometimes I have to like delete objects within that vicinity because it won't delete.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can do the F1 spike strips, and then click that, and that'll drop them. And then you can also do the command spike strip. Now, FiveM has this weird thing where you can only have a max of 5 spike strips out at a time. But this is good if you pull up to the store and there's a car out front, and you know for sure like that's the person's car. Then you can set a spike strip in the front and back. Or if you know they're whatever, you need to get them out of the car and you know they're not going to comply, or you know that they're just kind of being fidgety, you can just go ahead and drop spike strips, and it's going to give you that kind of heads up, especially with our wheel script. Once their tires pop, usually after a couple minutes, then their tire will fall off. So spike strips, yeah, are really useful. Same with the other kind of objects, cones, things like that. Feel free to take advantage of those things, and you know, for traffic and stuff like that. I got a lot more stuff coming for the police. Just things take some time, so really working on the snoring cat right now. But are you guys all good on code 5? It's pretty simple there.
Yes, sir. So just real quick question about the spike strips and stuff. So if we have like issues with it deleting, especially spike strips, and due to the nature of a spike strip, do you want us to contact you guys to have it removed, or do you just want us to just leave it as is?
What I would do, if it's in like a area that's not very trafficked, or you know it's off on the side, not in the middle of the road, then what I would do is just call admin. I'm in game 90% of the time, or someone else is, and they can. I have a little menu here where I can clean up the area for objects, props.
Cool.
Hold on a second. Pina, I just got your server log chat. It doesn't work when you type it just in chat, but base is out here at 5005. If you want, I can just TP out to make it easier. You want me to just pop you out here?
Yeah, please. Oh, yeah.
Yep, I got you, man. I'll get you a car. Do you want to go through a pit real quick? Oh my god, why are you sliding like that?
Yeah, I don't really go.
Here, I'll give you this charger over here.
Alright.
So VCO.
You'll have to get a little bit closer. There you go, man.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, let me grab my soul. That's pretty much it for pursuits. Like I said, the main thing is communication, right? Making sure we're talking with each other, letting us know where the car's at, where it's headed to, and chases and things like that. Pursuit is going to be 1080. Once they get out on foot, it's a 1081. We're not too crazy, like we're not going to harp you over knowing the 10 codes, but just,
yeah,
you know, the main things there. And yeah, Cash and Payne, if you guys want to get set up in some, you don't have to be in civilian clothing, but if you want to get over in that building and get set up, we'll do like a little hostage SWAT team entry thing there, and use the lethal force practice. What's that?
So I do notice that you taught us or showed us how to do the pits, and we did them, but you didn't say exactly when a pit should actually be used. I mean, because like directly on 1080, I mean, you're not going to right off the bat just pit, you know.
Right. You know, that's a really good point.
Yeah, so with pursuits, it's typically going to be... So that's a good point, because I should have brought that up. Anything usually over 100 miles an hour you shouldn't pit. Don't be afraid to. You're not going to catch everybody. Don't be afraid to call off a chase, especially if they're on a don't pit motorcycles. I don't care whatever they're doing. Don't smack them off the bike. Anything over 100 miles an hour, you don't typically want to pit, just depending on the area and how bad the traffic is, things like that. And typically, it's going to be once it becomes a danger to the public. So, at least after a few minutes, or if it's just going on for a long time and you can't get them, like you said, you don't want to pit them going, right off the bat after a pursuit. You don't want to just go in straight for a pit. So it's typically once it becomes a danger to the public and other officers as well. So use your best judgment on that for when would be the best time to go in for a pit, and that's why it's important. Typically, you're going to have somebody higher up, or you're going to have somebody that's knowledgeable, whether it's one of you guys or somebody else, that's going to let you know, and that's why you can request that pit at that time, and they're probably going to be in that chase, and, they'll be like, okay, cool, it's a good time for a pit. But, yeah, it's not always a good time for a pit if you're in a trafficked area, or you're going 150 miles an hour, or things like that. Sometimes you may chase the person for 20 minutes till they run out of gas, but that's why it's important to plan ahead and watch their turns, keep your distance, and just stay on them as long as you can, and then communicating when somebody goes off so that somebody else can take over, things like that. Mm-hmm.
Making sure where our units are in the chase, in the pursuit, so that way, and when we are going in, or whoever is going in for the pit, that we know that they actually have that room to perform it.
Right, for sure, yeah. So if we do have more than one unit in pursuit, we should be communicating as well, like primary, secondary, coming in. I don't even know if they consider it, like, they call it tertiary. I don't even know if that's used for pit terminology, but you could just say third in line, fourth in line, and letting people know who's in where. I mean, you can use your best judgment on the distance, but not only the primary should be keeping distance from the car that they're chasing, but other officers should be keeping their distance as well, so that way if that person in front smacks their brakes, everybody's not smacking right into each other.
And just another question for clarification. I know you said that, hey, with the pit maneuver, obviously, nothing over 100, keep your space. I get all that, but and just like you said, if there's a immediate threat, life injury, personal property, stuff like that, normal laws. But say, like, we're rolling down the road, initiated 1080, like 5 seconds ago, guy starts shooting out the window. I mean, that automatically goes to a felony stop. So, I mean, as a supervisor, like, so as long as it reaches over that lethality,
for sure,
of a stop, we're authorized to go ahead and authorize that.
For sure. And I'm not saying don't shoot out the window either. Like if they're driving through the middle of Los Santos and they're shooting civs, or they're shooting at you, and you can shoot as well, not in addition to the pit. What I would say is probably shoot their tires first when you get into that. But yeah, it's all scenario. It's all situational,
Okay.
scenario. So it really just depends on what that person is doing. If they already robbed a shop and they've already they're armed and dangerous, and they're going on the street and, like you said, causing personal damage to property, and they're wreaking havoc in the city, then you probably want to pit them sooner rather than later. But you also can't do it when there's, whether it's a local or player, you also can't do it when there's 20 civs around and there's other people driving around, yeah, and things like that. You also don't want to be, even if they're shooting, you don't want to be shooting back at them when you're in the middle of the streets.
Yep, understood.
We typically, even though locals aren't players at all, we do typically, like if a civilian shoots a local, we will investigate that local as well, since we have the detective tools, and we'll charge them with murder of a civilian, since since at the end of the day it is roleplay, when we want to include those locals in those types of things. So
That's good.
All right, Painter, you ready, man?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, brother.
Slippery.
It's a really good pit.
Yeah. Oh. And my game's kind of being weird.
All right. Just make sure you're communicating with me, all right? You know, driver, step out of the vehicle.
Yeah,
fingers
driver.
in the air.
Yeah. Sorry. My mouse is jack on a turn right now. I don't know why, but it's doing it though.
Wrong one.
Wrong what?
Yeah, you want to use non-lethal because I don't have a gun.
Oh.
My bad, meant to get him.
No. Driver, step up. Put your hands up, please. Oh, what the heck? How do you cuff again? I forgot.
Should be, your handcuff should be in one of your hotkeys there.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what was not the one. My keyboard is being really...
Your tab should, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the more you do it, the more you practice it, especially with QB core, it's a little bit different than V menu, but overall good pit. Just make sure, right, that you're calling out.
Yeah, calling out signs,
yep,
yeah, not bad.
Yep. No worries, man. Good job. It's all for practice, so we're learning from each other. Like I said, I'm not a cop in real life or anything. I just know experience from the game. So if you guys have suggestions or anything you want to add, just let me know. I'm just a law school student.
Amen. I went for criminal justice. That's it.
Does /cuff actually work here, or is that more just
I've never used the command just because it's easier for me to hit the numbers. I know that you can hard cuff. Well, I think you can soft cuff, right? Can you still do hard cuff? You used to be able to hard cuff, and it would cuff them and not let them move. But I honestly don't know if /cuff works. It should. But it's just...
Try that cuff real quick.
Yeah, well, I think when it comes to your hotbar, I think one of the most important things that I never move from my hotbar is my handcuffs.
Yeah, can you move?
My handcuffs and typically my taser or pepper spray. So, but that's just me. And like I said, the more you do it and practice it, I'm sure if you ask other people as well, like, hey, can we practice cuffing each other and escorting? Because that's another issue. Is let's say we get a code 5, we get that person all the way back and they're on their knees and you're going to approach them and then they get back up and get in the car. That speed of escorting them, cuffing them and escorting them quickly just takes time and practice, and the better we can get that down and get that going, the easier it is to just grab somebody and avoid them, leaving the scene when you already went through everything of getting them to the back of the car and getting them down and everything.
Yeah, that soft cuff still works, and it freezes them still.
Okay, yeah. So is that just soft cuff?
Or no, it's the /cuff.
Okay.
And then it freezes them in place.
Gotcha. So if you /cuff, that's a hard cuff, which is it's almost like an admin cuff, but yeah, it keeps them from moving. But the one thing I will say, it's kind of unrealistic. It may be annoying sometimes, but unless you got somebody that's really squirmy, which, yeah. If you got somebody that's really squirmy, then I would probably use it then.
Another thing that I did, just because for one thing that we all run into, everybody sees it, is they get up and they take off sprinting because we can't get into the work menu real quick and grab and do the escort. One thing that I did, and it may help some other people out, is I actually hotbarred the escort command to one of my keys. So as soon as I cuff them, I automatically escort them immediately. So that may be something else too that everybody else might be able to do, and that will help cut down the 1081s we get into immediately after we cuff them, and we don't get a chance to quickly, especially with the newer people, that we can't quickly get into the work menu to do the escort.
Yeah, and that's just keybinding it. I haven't keybinded a command, but you can keybind any command. What is it? Isn't it like you type in F8 console, it's keybind?
Yeah, it was like keybind.
Then you type in the command, and then the.
Yeah, I had it in my. Let's see.
You like keybind escort, and the key you want to use or something.
Yeah, it was something like I'd have to look up the video I looked at, but yeah, it was exactly like that. It was like keybind, console or keybind something.
Yeah, so that's a really good point. Yeah. It just makes it a little bit quicker to grab people.
But yeah. So it's like as soon as I go up and I hotkey my cuffs, it's like, and another thing too, guys, is let you know if you do keybind that, you can escort immediately as you're starting to cuff or as the animation's ending, so that way you don't have to wait until they're completely cuffed and the animation's over. You can immediately start escorting, especially if you keybind it. So literally, as soon as you hit cuff, halfway through the animation, you to like 2/3 of the way done, you can hit escort and immediately takes them into you escorting them.
For sure, yeah, and the same goes for when they're getting up out of the hospital bed. Some people are squirmy, and you know they already got their fingers on the button, ready to run as soon as they get up out of the bed. So I usually grab them as soon as they start like making any sort of movement, and they get out of the laying down animation. I just grab them then.
And then I know that a normal common practice is also, and you guys will see this too, if you guys ever do real live ride-alongs, if you're in emergency service, or even if not, even if you watch cop shows, sometimes they get the realism right. But a lot of times, even if it's a felony stop, like a Code 5, or whether it's a gun situation, shooting situation, they'll cuff the person that's actually the suspect that's shot. They'll cuff him, then render aid. So that way, as soon as aid is rendered, if he tries to do anything stupid, he's already cuffed. So I don't know if that's something that we do here. I know I do it whenever I'm in game. If I shoot anybody, I'll go up, I'll cuff him, and then I'll render aid. And if he tries to run away, I already got him in cuffs.
For sure, for sure. Anybody have any comments, suggestions, questions about like pitting and pursuits and that kind of stuff? Anything you want to add? Alright. Let's do a little scenario in the building. Looks like we got a hostage in here, so we're gonna do a little bit of use of lethal force practice. I know some people will get shot. I'll revive everybody. It's not a big deal. But yeah, let's have a little bit of fun with this. Let's use the thing with lethal force, right? I've been in this scenario playing as a civ before and using my taser. If it looks like a gun, treat it like a gun, unless you know for sure that it's not a gun. But even like BB guns and things like that, just take it as it is. We should have enough cops out here that if you guys want to, if somebody wants to kind of take lead out here and make entry, Steve, that'd probably be a good role, or Ventura, or if you guys want to work together and you guys want to make entry onto the building in here. When you're going through the building, I'm going to shut my screen off so that way you can't see exactly what's going on in here. Not that you're screen sniping, but just in case. When you're going through the building, just call out, right, you know, going left, clear, around the door, behind the couch, clear. Just things like this. Communicate with each other and let, you know, back room clear, side room clear, and just let people know, let your fellow officers know what's going on and where you're at, and things like that. So let me shut my screen off here, and then after this we'll just do a couple times, then we'll wrap up with procedure for traffic stops, and yeah, should be pretty much good to go there. You guys want to chat for a minute out here and kind of get yourselves organized and get ready to go?
Break off the teams of two and 1/3.
You want to do a team of 3, team of 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I can walk you through that after we get out of this. I got to look it up, Google it. So one thing, guys, just let everybody know. So anytime you go into a CQB situation, the biggest two things is one's going to be communication and two's going to be crossfire. Okay, so keep an eye out as of where you're pointing your weapon. Make sure you know where all your people are at all times, and then whenever communication falls into exactly what Juicy just said, you know, for instance, like if I'm going in through a CQB situation, my gun is always going to be up. Now, don't forget too, you can actually use your sprint button while you're aimed, and you can move faster. But the biggest thing is you want to call any kind of what's called danger areas. So, for instance, if I'm going in here, right, and I'm going right side wall, like I'm going to be weapon up, and I'm moving. I'm say, hey, right side wall, door on the right. You know what I mean? Going to enter door right. You know, just quick, precise communications. That's all it is. And then whatever you see, call it out too. So, you know, if I enter a room and there's you know, one person in there, hey, one pack in here, you know, one pack, you know, you don't see a weapon, it may be a civilian. But if you see that weapon, you see a taser, you see anything, that's a weapon. Okay. You want to go in first, brother? Or you want me to
Before you
go?
guys make entry, take advantage of the megaphone. So let's pretend, right, since this is a hostage.
Right, player left side, you player right side.
Since there is,
give me just 1 sec.
Since there is an actual hostage in here, just pretend like we've already negotiated, we can't come to an agreement, and like we have to make entry. So that's where we're going from here. And since, like Steve said, going into this, even civilians that don't have guns, you want to apprehend everybody, because, you know, what if somebody pretends to be a civilian and then they pull out a gun when you're not looking and shoot everybody? So just keep those kinds of different scenarios in mind until you get everybody searched and you know who everybody is. But Steve and Ventura, they both have experience, and some of the other guys as well, so just work together and, yeah, let's have some fun with it.
So with it, so you said we're treating this as in negotiations, so you don't want us to use a bullhorn?
Just to let you know, just to let us know that, hey, this is the police, we're going to be making entry, you know, say it 3 times.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep, just like that.
Alright, so you get to whatever team you're gonna be in. No. Treat that pistol like a woman. Finger discipline, right?
Good way.
All right, so is everybody ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so who all's on my team?
Well, left and right.
Okay, so
I'm
you
right.
guys right here? Okay, gotcha. All right. So just try and keep an eye, look at the other team also. You know, everybody's in police uniform, everybody's got weapons, but also keep in mind that there may also, whenever you go in there, try and keep an eye as of who's on your team, what they look like, the gear they have, because just like Juicy said, you know, we detain everybody, and if they ask, why you arresting me, dude, you're being detained, hush, we'll deal with you later. So, all right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. This is the police. We're about to make entry. If you're inside, put your hands up or make yourself known. This is the police. Second call out. If you're inside, make yourself known. This is the police. If you're inside, make yourself known. Come out with your hands up. All right, let me grab my rifle. All right, so all right, his team's going to go left. We're going to go right. All right, ready? I'm good.
Make entry.
Yep. All right.
Left, clear left.
Guys, one door going right. Moving in. All right, right room is clear. Right room is clear.
Left room is
Watch
clear.
crossfire. All right, we're continuing down.
Oh, hold up. We got one suspect in here.
Hallway right. Hallway right.
Sir, hands up.
We're in a bedroom.
Walk slowly towards my voice.
All right, back room right clear. All right, let's go back out. Go with our team. All right, coming around. Crossfire. Crossfire. Watch crossfire.
One man down.
You good, brother?
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Top end.
Dispatch, we got one suspect down. Shots fired by police.
We're on the right side.
All right, we're going right side.
Right side of the room's clear.
Okay, right side's clear. All right. So, yep. So we're gonna go stairs. So my team, go right side by the couch.
Right side of the couch. Okay.
All right, Alpha team, you guys wanna go first?
Alright, stack up on me.
All right, Alpha team, you guys stack up. My team, hold up. We'll go up second. All right, they're gonna go up. Let me know if you go right or left.
Nobody's looking, man.
What's going on?
It's a hot moment. Don't resist. Just don't resist.
I'm gonna headbutt you.
Don't resist. You like it? Don't resist.
What the fuck is going on here?
If there's anybody up here, make yourself known. You'll be shot.
Guys, go up for support. Go up for support. Bravo team, go left.
Left side of this room's clear.
All right, just say clear all the way around the room. All the way around the room. Make sure we check behind all these screens.
I can't move.
Clear behind the screens.
Okay.
Treat
everybody like it's an enemy first.
Oh, it's not working.
Pop
All right.
everybody.
Did anyone check behind the bar over here or the desk over here? Okay.
Hey, the bar is clear.
All right. Be advised, second floor clear. Be advised,
Give him aid.
building is clear. Okay. Did anyone go downstairs and check on the first person? Did anyone render aid?
Fucking pigs.
No, I can't.
Make sure you render aid. Make sure he's in cuffs too.
Yep.
We'll check everybody.
I got one in custody.
1 Lincoln 08 dispatch, be advised we got one in custody. We have one being aided to at the moment, and we're about to start aid to second, the first original victim, suspect. Is that the first original one we did aid to?
I believe so.
Okay.
You're going to jail for a long time, sir.
You stupid pigs.
That's another charge, sir.
What's the charge? Calling you a pig?
Yes.
It's my First Amendment God-given right.
Disrespect on an officer.
That's not illegal.
Illegal in my book. I'm the law.
Dispatch, be advised we have 3 suspects in custody. Building is clear. Scene is secure. All right, and then guys, make sure we search everybody. Yes. What's up?
So I noticed that everything went sort of smoothly, but again, in any kind of situation like that, I would probably think that you know, primary would be, okay, I am primary, I have this team, and I guess that's really what we went through in the beginning, you know.
Better not take my shit.
Making sure that we stick with that team, and, you know.
So yes, but at the same time, you gotta realize everybody's learning at the same time. This isn't everybody's, this isn't legit SWAT team, this isn't special forces, everybody's gotta learn. So that's what these scenarios are for. No. I mean, that's a very good point. That's why I was saying, like, beforehand, hey, know your team, know your role in the team. If there is, like, a leader, just keep on the leader. If you guys need to ask questions. But go in there, calm, short, sweet, to the point, and call out everything.
I mean, like, you know, when you're going in, I would almost think that, you know, that team using the radio, you know, like, okay, did you see anything? I'm clearing left, you're clearing right. Really just communication, so that way that way you know what's going on.
Yep.
That's
And
what
then,
I'm
Speaking openly in this channel right now instead of using the radio.
Well, yeah, I mean, all good points. Yeah, we're all learning. Like we said, when we do like certify and swap, we'll go into more detail on these things. This is, yeah, kind of, getting just everybody used to it and getting everybody ready. If you guys want to, let's go through one more. If you got some time, let's go through one more quick one, and then we'll go through a traffic stop. And let's swap out. Let's let some other couple people lead. So let's, if you want, Ocean, if you want to lead half of a team, and then let's let, I don't care who else, Stone or Trevor, do you guys want to lead a team?
Okay. I'm down.
Okay, you guys can kind of split up. Let's keep, just for now, we can do more trainings later on, but let's keep for now just Cash, me, and Payne as the civs, just for training purposes. Just because I think we've dealt with more of these scenes, I know especially Cash has when I play the Civ.
Oh yeah.
Look at the 6-pack on you, man. Damn.
Yeah, stay in shape, man. Count the real.
Who's gonna be on my team?
You can see him been doing push-ups a lot, man.
Alright, there we go.
Who's over here?
Alright, yeah. Let's, I guess the TOS. Yeah, okay. We got these guys here. Alright.
Where is Payne? Let's come up with a new plan.
Say it?
You alright, man? What are you doing crawling around over here? What do you guys want to do? Let's do something a little bit different this time. Payne, what are you doing?
Just trying to blend in. This slippery snake.
I
plan on dotting his head as
no, yeah.
Yeah, we could all be criminals. What I did last time is I just had a taser and I put my hands up and then Ventura walked up to me and I turned around and tased him. But we could do something a little bit different.
Let yourself be known.
Oh shit.
Here they come.
Oh shit. Spread out.
Alright, guys.
Which side?
We're gonna come up on the right
Hey.
side of the wall.
We're taking the left side.
Hey guys, hold on. Come on back out. So remember, anytime we do call outs, we gotta do it 3 times. So 3 times
Oh,
call
yeah,
outs.
yeah. That's right. I do follow this. It's the Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Let yourself be known. We're making entry. This is Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Come out. Yeah. Let yourself be known. We're making entry. Alright, I guess that would be at my 3rd time.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna come up on the right side of the wall here, guys.
We're gonna take the left.
Alright, so where's our team left? Okay, so you're up front, brother.
Take an entry in the first room.
Yep.
Right side of the room is clear.
I'm in the left room.
Yeah. So whoever's team lead, take lead.
Yes.
Alright, look back.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay.
I'll let you go.
This room is clear.
Exiting room.
To the second room.
Left room is clear. Second room.
Go to the second room.
Entry in the second room.
One of the officers go from that
Pan
side.
it right.
Side. All right. Yep. Go right.
Back of the wall. Back of the wall.
It's clear.
It's clear. It's clear.
Watch your crossfire. We're going up the stairs.
Alright, everybody, on my team, go west side of the stairs.
We're gonna look
Gas.
left.
We got gas.
Damn.
Behind us.
Watch out. All right, guys, we're funneling up.
Going up. Oh.
Alright, watch out. We have officers down. Alright, guys. Let's crouch down and grab these guys and bring them out of here so that they're not up there. They're gonna be blocking our way. Alright, can you guys perform CPR on this, or take care of this officer while we stack up on that? Alright. Can I get another guy to stack up on me?
Alright, I'm on it.
Alright, watch out. Let me behind
Let's get it drunk.
I think that's all of us.
This does make a good point that
Oh,
we can't
get up, man.
there without really looking around. Yeah, I mean.
Well, I did look around, but there's the flashing lights over there. I didn't think it was somebody could hide behind it. That's why I didn't pay attention there.
I think that.
Can we run that back?
So now I know.
That was a good job, guys. So, yes.
For sure. You guys want to run it back?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we aren't gonna win. We aren't. As cops,
Can I
we're
get
not
a
always
hit?
gonna win every situation. So.
Does anybody got gas this time? That's another option.
Give me Taco Bell.
So this building's kind of hard too because there's a lot of spots coming up. But imagine if we got like, you know, if we have to go into Pacific Bank or whatever, there's even more.
Do we have any flashbangs actually? Is that a thing? I thought we at one time had flashbangs as an option.
Do we have a riot shield?
We have BZ gas. We used to have riot shields. I'm trying to get some more of that stuff back in, but
That riot shield would be cool. Like some of the first person going in
There
with
we
the riot
go.
shield.
RPGs, flashbangs, even snowballs, our anti-cheat system doesn't like it, so it kind of makes it fall through the world when you use them.
Did you say snowballs?
Yeah, like we have snowballs and
That's
shit
awesome.
too, but you can't even use them because the anti-cheat system's like, what is
Oh
this?
my god, that's
That would
awesome.
it'd be almost perfect for this location.
We have gas, BZ gas in the armory.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd almost be perfect because, I mean, before you make entry in a place like that, I would figure that you don't know the situation behind that wall or behind that door.
Yeah, so
One of those.
yeah, that'd be nice. The only problem is this second floor is so open that even if you throw BZ gas up there, it's not going to hit the entire floor
This
because
time I'm
they
gonna
had it like
chill behind the
triangled.
kitchen, like I'm
They-
just
like
cooking,
they had like people
and
in
then
multiple
when they try to
different
come get me,
directions.
I'll pull out a gun or something.
Alright.
Where's Cash?
So it's one of those things that's sort of like
I don't know, he must have went downstairs maybe, I don't know.
Alright, so what are themes this time?
I say the naked guy.
Whatever you guys want to do, whoever wants to take lead and split a little bit, give you guys all an opportunity,
Yeah.
because I'm sure you will all be at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I say everybody. I mean, guys, there is. So you'll hear everybody here say it. There is no damn wrong answers, and there is no shame in trying. Now, this is where we learn.
Yeah, for sure. It's better to do this and then have to take every single person back to the hospital, get them revived, and it's better to go through it now.
Yeah.
And these are a lot more time situations than anything. Just give us a few seconds to get set up, and
We're good.
Okay, so 2 people that haven't done it real quick. Step up to the door. You guys will be team leads. Boom, perfect. All right. So is it going to be used to up there?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the call.
Okay, cool. All right. I'll go over here. Okay, billing, guys.
I'm over here next to 73.
All right. All right. So yeah. So he's got bullhorn. So you guys want us to be Alpha? You guys be Bravo? Okay. All right. So we'll be Alpha team.
All right.
Inside you clearing. Call that out before you hit your bullhorn. I'm gonna make sure that we know that before you even start entry at all on anything.
You're gonna hit right.
We'll go right. Okay.
Yeah, we'll take left.
Okay.
This is the LSPD. Make yourself known. We're gonna come in. This is LSPD. Make yourself known. We're gonna come in. This is LSPD. Make yourself known, or we're gonna come in. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Alpha team, make entry.
Check in the first room.
All right. One person
Entering.
go with him.
I'm
first
entering.
room. All right. One person
right
come with me. Second room.
Right side of the room is clear.
First room is clear.
All right. Alpha team, clearing second room. One suspect down. Shots fired. Make a room. Clear him back.
Clear to this side.
We're going through the left.
All right.
No, this side's clear.
It's clear.
Suspect behind me.
All right. Yeah. So hold on, guys. Don't forget the suspect. Hey, put him in cuffs. Boom. All right, and then we'll. All right. Hold on. All right. Now we continue mission.
All right.
Alpha team, I'm going up the stairs to check it out.
All right. And then
find you.
think of tools also, right? Because remember the first raid we had a camera.
Yeah.
So think about using the SWAT camera. Go up, peek around, see if you can see anything. You know, you can announce you're using a camera.
I see one suspect down.
See one suspect down.
Yeah.
Okay, where at up there?
To the left.
To
By
the left.
Pool, by the pool table.
Okay.
Yeah, I see him. He's laying down.
Okay, it's on
There's
your
what-
call.
There's a suspect behind the.
Put your hands up, sir. Put your hands up.
Whoa,
Put your hands
chill,
up.
chill, man. I'm just
Put your hands
cooking.
up.
I'm
Put your
just
hands up.
cooking.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Whoa, dude, chill. I'm just cooking.
Put your hands. Put your hands.
Hold on, I'm just cooking. Chill. Oh my God, what is going on? I'm just
Put your hands up.
cooking.
We're gonna get tased. Tased.
Stay down.
Tased.
Oh shit.
Gotcha. Ah, he's running.
Why'd you?
Suspect is. He's suspect is running down the stairs. He's caught running.
I need treatment.
Oh, hold on.
Hell.
Stop running, you'll be shot. Stop running, you'll be shot.
It should be the green ones, the first aid kits.
Oh my God.
Okay.
No, damn it.
That's fine. Yeah, me too.
It's about ready to break out the mace. You didn't want to face that. Mace here to
What I do is just cooking
Not
food.
today. Just cooking food.
Not
Well, you
today,
tased us. You tased us. What kind of chef have a taser?
I didn't tell you, the other cop did.
Oh, you did. The other cop had a gun out.
Oh.
He's like, oh.
Dude, I'll get it.
Second cousin me and my cruiser.
There we go. We're good.
How do I drag? Oh, never mind. How do I drag it?
Oh, what the hell?
Through your F1, you're gonna go to interaction, then escort. Or you can do T/escort, whatever is easier for you.
I don't like you. He shot me.
It was down.
He's a meanie. So, Yeah. So are we all here?
I believe
Yep.
so.
We're
yeah.
missing,
Hey, so
missed
what?
one.
Okay. Is there another person downstairs?
I don't know. There was one guy upstairs, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, there's 7. Wait, I think yeah, 7. Okay.
I think Cash is still in there, ain't he? Oh no, he's right there. He's still in cuffs.
The hell did I just get put in handcuffs for?
Don't worry about it, big boy.
Yeah.
You know, I have seen a lot of times too. Be careful, like you guys getting too close to each other when you're trying to arrest other people, because sometimes you end up cuffing each other.
That happens a
Hey,
lot.
hey, one thing about that scenario, just a quick AAR after action review. Just one thing about that is they did a really good thing that could really get us in a lot of trouble. So we called out one suspect down, right? So did any cops make entry to the second floor before that? No, right? So that suspect may not be down. He may be playing down, which he actually was. So we need to keep that in mind. So if we have eyes on suspect, we should, and I was about to call it out, that I was breaking off left, asking for another person. By that time, the suspect stood up and already shot me. So we need to keep that in mind too. Yeah. Yeah, so just think about that. Like, they're throwing scenarios at us that we'll actually face, because the gangs are very smart. They know our tactics, and they'll use them against us.
Yeah, like the Juicy gang.
I heard they wore pink fairy wings around.
Or Paula gang.
Yeah, or the
that?
Ballas.
The Bellas?
Don't forget the Stone Demons, man. They are the demons.
And Stone
They'll
Demons.
haunt you.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
The demons.
The cartel.
The cartel, yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good. I like how you came up that time and looked around. I would make sure that you're looking all the way around, because you didn't see me for a minute until you got at the top of the stairs, and I was on the back side there. So it's a good idea, peeking up there and checking around.
Even though you don't physically have the tools to like look around, like I use the camera first. You can always use that.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm always improving stuff. I mean, I'm working on the CAD system now, but they have like drone scripts, like drone tools that have cameras on them, and those are all things that I can implement. But we've got to get more active Leos in there. You know, I can't put too much focus into things that aren't being used as much, I guess. You know, the Snort CAD is going to take some time, but yeah, let's real quick. I'm just going to share my screen, go through a quick traffic stop. Pretty simple stuff, and then we'll pretty much wrap it up. I appreciate you guys' time tonight. Things always kind of go into a little bit more than they should, but other than that, use of lethal force, you guys pretty much know that. You know, as long use of lethal force should only be used when there's a direct threat to you or the people around you's life. So, you know, like with me having a taser, if you don't know what it is, don't take any chances.
Yeah, that's exactly why I shot.
Yep, for sure.
Before we tase somebody, we have to call out 3 times, right? Or we can tase them right away.
Not in a situation like that. You've already announced that this is the police. We're going to be making entry. In a situation like maybe where you're running and you haven't made that announcement and you're chasing somebody, then let them know, like, hey, stop running, you're going to get tased. And you don't necessarily have to do it 3 times. It's just kind of letting them know, hey, if you keep it up, you're going to get pepper sprayed or tased.
Yeah, in that situation where you're going in after he already announced, like he said, all bets are off. Use anything you got. It's fair game.
You already gave them plenty of chances to communicate and let you know they're in there or to come out.
Yeah, I was unsure of exactly what it was you were pulling at, so that's why I made that shot.
For sure. Yeah, I'll share my screen. I mean, if you guys got time and you want to, we can go through different traffic stop scenarios, but we don't really have to. Like I said, I know it's a couple hours already and it's pretty late now, but we'll do at least one. I don't care, so one of you guys can be a civ if you want in one of your cop cars, and I'll just share my screen and we'll go over that. And we'll do more trainings like these as time goes on. There wasn't as many people tonight as showed interest, but nonetheless we still had a really good turnout, so I appreciate you guys being here. So this is just like a regular traffic stop. Let's say he ran a red light, or you know, didn't maintain his lane or whatever. I'm just gonna pull up, lights on. Usually if they're like still driving, I'll hit my sirens a couple times. We'll call it over the radio.
radio up here. SO1 1038 5005 with a 4-door Charger, occupied, ×1. You're gonna be headed northwest, Fort Zancudo based. No 32s needed. Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Good. My name's Officer Sanders with San Andreas State Troopers. You know the reason for the stop today?
No, I have no idea.
Well, you ran that red light back there on Alta Street. Did you happen to see that?
No, I thought it was yellow. I ran through a yellow light, officer.
Okay. Yeah, it was definitely red when you ran through it, so no worries. So, can I get your license, registration, proof of insurance, please?
Yes, sir. Get it?
Alright, what's your name, sir?
Harris.
Okay, Mr. Harris. Is there anything on you or in the vehicle I should be aware of?
Nope.
Okay. Just sit tight with me, I'll be right back with you.
Yes.
What I typically do is phone MDT, or run their plate, the barcode. It's not going to come back to him because it's a spawned car. And we'll come back here, run a profile check. We're working out more systems for like how long warrants should be held and things like that rather than just every restart. But of course he's not going to have any charges because he's a cop. But yeah, we'll just run his profile here, see convictions. Just that's the kind of things to keep in mind. Hopefully as time goes on we can create more bail systems, warrants, failure to appear, things like that, and we can have more reasons to you know, pursue it further. But simple things like this, it's always officer discretion, so it's up to you guys. Typically if it's the first time me seeing them, even if, I wouldn't always recommend this, but usually anything 15 to 20 over the speed limit is considered reckless driving, arrestable offense. You have every right to pull them out of the vehicle, search them, search the vehicle. But typically if it's my first time interacting with them, even if they are going 20 or even 30 over, I will give them a verbal warning or just a written warning. When it comes to MDT, if you're going to write a citation, I usually put it in incidents, and then I put right here for charge, I'll just put citation, and then I'll just put, you know, maybe where he was stopped at, what he was stopped for, and then we'll put his name right here. I'm not going to actually add the charge just so it don't show up on his record, but, and yeah, that's it. And then you save it, it'll show the fine number, and then you can come up to him and be like, let's say we find him for running the red light. Alright, Mr. Harris, here's your information back. I'm going to issue a citation today for failure to obey traffic control device. It's going to be a $300 fine.
Yes, sir. That's
We'll
the
do bill. $300. Yeah, it's not that bad. If you could just go ahead and sign here for me and pay that bill, and we can get you on your way.
right now, sir.
I'm going to show you guys the last step that I do here usually once they pay the bill. They can fight it in court too, especially as we do more court RP, but it's kind of up to them. Alright, Mr. Harris, I appreciate your cooperation here today. Do me a favor, just make sure you're obeying traffic control devices. I don't want you or somebody else to get injured. And one more thing, I'm going to walk back to my car, wait till I get back to my vehicle and I shut my lights off, and then you're free to go. Alright, have a good day, sir.
You too.
Just short, sweet, to the point. I usually tell them to wait till I get back to my car to shut the lights off for their safety and mine. So that way, once they go to pull out from being inside, I can do this, shut my lights off, and then let them go.
Hey Sanders, can you go over the F5 control for everybody?
The radio? The radar?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. One thing, as you conclude the traffic stop, you're just gonna SO1, code 4, 1038, 5005, back 108. You can say the street, postal, whatever. Just the main thing is communication, right? Making sure we're communicating with each other. So Chef brings up a good point. Let's go over the radar. It's a little bit tricky. You can keybind it to different things. I actually use F6, but all you're gonna do, let's go ahead and shut it off for now. So you're gonna pull it up on your screen. This toggle display is gonna be for the actual radar. You're gonna actually hit power on the radar itself. That's how you know it's on. This is gonna be right same. This is back right, same. So, I'm sorry. Left, so this would be the left front, the back left, and this would be the right front and the back left. Or, no, opposite. Yeah,
so
same. So this is, yeah, so this is the back. This is the front left and the back left, and then this is the right left, right. The right front and then the right back. Right? Yeah, I think the math's right on there. What I typically do, I'm just so used to doing it, but you always got to hit these to activate it itself. And then I usually do like opposite of these, so I'll do one opposite and then one same, or one same, one opposite. So this is just, it's where you're being read from. So opposite front would be read this way, opposite back would be this way, same front would be this way, and same back would be this way. And you can only run two at a time. You've always got to hit the two holds in the button. They're in the middle. And then your plate radar is easy. You're just going to click plate reader, toggle display. And you can set bolos here as well. So if you got a plate, you can put in there. If you want to lock in a plate, 9 on your number keypad is going to lock the front, and then 6 is going to lock the back. If you want to lock... go ahead.
The speed locks 8 and 5, right, for the speed?
Yep, and then if you've got it, yep, you can lock the speed in there as well for... On the 8 is the top, and then 5 is the bottom. And then your green is your... If you see right here, like, it's kind of hard to see, but it says same and then opposite, so my top is my same, and my bottom is my opposite. So I usually just do one or the other, so I'll do same for one and opposite for the other. And then if you can't figure out why it's not like picking up, it's because you probably have it on the wrong thing, or you're not close enough. And then the red is where it's going to show. You can actually, there's an entire menu in here where you can set up different, like, so it goes off at a certain speed. So if you're on different areas, so you can turn that on and off. You can make, this is sensitivity, right? Select sensitivity. So you can turn that up and down. You go to the next one, opposite sensitivity, so that's same sensitivity, opposite sensitivity. And it'll pick up farther. Your beep, that's just the sound that it'll make. You can do the voice as well. You can turn that all the way up, and it'll actually tell you, like, fast, speed. And then this is the plate audio, which will, like, read it aloud for you when there's a bolo, or it'll read aloud the plate number. And then this is units, which it just changes it from miles an hour to kilometers. And then fast location, fast speed, fast. So there's just some different options in there. And really, if you want to know more about, you can actually make this bigger. You can move it around. You can actually physically move it around your screen. But there's more of a tutorial on, like, the menu options on this if you ever want to look into it on YouTube. But radar is definitely one of the biggest things that help quite a bit. So good.
Just typically what I usually do when I'm on a pull over or traffic stop is I like to lock in that plate just in case the suspect takes off. I have their information, then I'll run it in the MDT, and then I can set out a bolo that way. It's just really smart for you guys to do that, and yeah, it helps you guys out in the long run.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just get in the habit of locking it, and then from there, instead of going out and into the MDT, you can actually just hover right here, and then you'll see it down here. So you may have to hover it over a couple times, then you can just type in the number here, and then it'll show who they are, like Chef said, in case they do run and you didn't get their information in time. So.
For rental vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
Can you be able to, like, say if I rent it, it goes under my name, just for the time being?
No, because you don't buy them. the only way that they're registered to your name is if you actually purchase them. So just tell them it's a rental. Most cops are going to be cool about it. I'm not even too crazy. Sometimes I'll maybe roleplay that a car's stolen, but I'm not too crazy. Like if the name just shows up a NPC name, it's not, you know, a huge deal. And you can always roleplay it out. Like, hey, you can ask them, can I see that paperwork? And they can just do the clipboard emote and show them. Things like that. So. Yeah. Pretty much covers everything. Do you guys have any other questions, suggestions, anything you want to discuss? I know Payne had to get off here for the night. I think Brandon Bailey did as well. So I know it's late, but I do appreciate you guys being here and sticking through the whole time. If you see new people, encourage them to apply. I'm always putting posts out and stuff, encouraging people to apply for different departments. Getting people ready. We'll make sure that any of you guys that are explorers, we get your hours in tonight. And like I said earlier, we see you. We got a screenshot of everybody that was in here at peak time, so we see who was able to come in, whether you were here for the whole time or not. Hopefully you can use some of these tips and tricks and tools for future scenarios and different things like that. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask somebody that knows and's been around. You know, some people like Chef Cash, they've been around since the beginning of the dinosaur ages, so they're very knowledgeable in some of these types of things, and they can answer any kind of questions you have, and they're usually happy to help as well. One more thing I would encourage you guys to do: just because you're out of an Explorer program doesn't mean you shouldn't ask for ride-alongs. I would actually encourage you to still ask for ride-alongs, especially from people that are above you, because unseen and unheard from sometimes goes unnoticed. So the more you get out there and the more that you're showing and putting in that effort, and you're actually like your supervisor is seeing you, not only can you learn different things from them, but they can teach you different things. You can pass information back and forth, and it also helps boost your rankings and status in the city and as your position as well. So I would encourage you to keep, or every once in a while, just, hey, can I ride around with you? I'm cool. If you ever want to ride around with me, I'm happy to do that. You can drive one of my Trackhawks or my Tesla. I really don't. I'm not too worried about that. And I want you guys to get out there a little bit more and have some different experience of different things. Ramming people off their bikes and ramming them 2 seconds into a chase and things like that is just not really realistic, and most of the time it pisses people off, and it makes them not want to play as a Civ anymore. So, and we gotta have civs to have interactions as cops.
I never got to drive the track off.
Yeah, I know, Chef. You never asked me for a ride along. You're too good for me.
How do we apply for BCSO?
So state is the only department with an actual application process, and you've got to have a couple months in each department. If you want to apply to BCSO, you can just talk to Cash or talk to one of the guys that are in BCSO, and as long as you have that hours. Mainly the thing, because some people are confused about the promotion thing, but this is kind of how it works. I mean, you could be in the city like itself for a whole month and only put in 5 hours, right? So the actual time that you're putting into the city itself, and you've got different characters, I get it, that you spread out, but the more your time you're putting in that specific character to try to rank up in that certain scene or that certain character, the higher ups will notice that, and we discuss it. We got a chat that's open, and we talk about different things. So just make sure you're being seen and being heard. And for BCSO, you can just talk to one of those guys. I know Cash is in here, Ventura's in here, Ocean's in here. They're all pretty much higher ups, and it would go through Cash at the end of the day, but you can actually just talk to them if you want.
Okay. And are we gonna have like a FBI team, SWAT team, stuff like that soon?
For sure. I wouldn't say soon. It's all going to depend on numbers. I mean, it doesn't make sense to have, if I open up FIB tonight, everybody's going to want to be FIB, right? Yeah. That's true. So we've got to get regular, same with detective, SWAT, all those things. Now for like SWAT, gang unit. I'm going to open up divisions for those, and we'll have applications, and we'll interview people, and then we'll do more in-depth training to have people certified in those type of things. But when it comes to other departments like U.S. Marshals and FIB and DOA, I want to open those things up, but we've got to get these departments filled. I mean, I've got 4 people in state. There's maybe 5 people in BCSO, and there's maybe 8 or 9 in LSPD. And then on top of that, you've got people that play as different characters that aren't on at different times. The most I've seen as cops is maybe 6 or 7 cops on at a time. You know, we've got to get to a point to where each department is running its own jurisdiction. You know, LSPD are just in the city, and state is running the highways and, you know, different areas, and BCSO is just in the county. So we've got to get to that point first, which is going to require more numbers.
So I do have another question. So
Uh-huh.
we're all talking about you know, tactical training here and this and the other, and that state does already have a task force together. I guess you could call it a SWAT team. Does that mean
No,
that
no, state doesn't.
you guys don't?
Huh.
I was gonna say, are we gonna make it into? Is it gonna be like a one-team SWAT team that everybody can be a part of, but still maintain their their status in their departments, or is it gonna be every department is gonna have a SWAT team?
No, for now, because of the limited amount of Leos that we have, it'll probably be everybody working together. They would just be certified in those things. I mean, just you wouldn't be running traffic stops and patrolling in SWAT uniforms. It would just be like if something is being robbed, you have the uniform ready and you're certified in those things to respond to it, instead of just being in your regular uniform in the back. You know what I mean? You would be out front making those kind of decisions and commands. So it really is going to depend on the amount of people that are interested, and getting more explorers and patrol units in here and things like that. I mean, we have more Leo than even showed up tonight. Don't get me wrong. I know that people got things going on, but there was some people that didn't show up that didn't even like reach out. So like we've got to get call signs and ranks reorganized and put more time into recruiting so that we can get some more of these things. So that's what I would say is for now we don't have enough to have separate departments. These people would just be certified in those types of things.
Okay, gotcha. Because I mean, like, technically, you could kind of dress it out as, you know, the clothing bag idea. You know, you have one of those and you keep it on your person, and then if you're certified, I guess, then that's, you know, that's the option. But
Right. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan with the outfit bag. Those people would that are certified in SWAT would have to have SWAT uniforms ready in their outfit bags, and you know, be ready to go in those types of situations. It's not that you can't show up to a robbery or whatever. It's just that we would probably call for those people to be out front, while the people that aren't certified would be more in the back, I guess. You know.
And I mean that is 100% realistic, because if you go to these let's say backwoods Georgia, right, for example, right, outside of Savannah, Georgia, right, those counties, you'll have a multi-agency task force, and so you'll have people in the county, you'll have people in the city, you'll have it basically be like a joint task force SWAT team. And just like you see, like me and him right now, he's got a county SWAT outfit. I got a city SWAT outfit. That's actually how they show up. You'll have city SWAT, county SWAT, you know, even sometimes state, if state are in the area, and they'll all respond to do that tactful situation. So it is legitimately, with our low numbers, exactly how it would be in real life.
Yeah, that's how we'll do it too. We'll still be in our own relative departments, just SWAT uniforms that correlate to that department that you're in.
so, when do you think that training for such a thing would be available?
Well, we got to get applications made first. We've got to. I'm working on a Snore CAD system, which is I have to put in every single 10 code, penal code charge. property, vehicle, character, date of birth. So it's all just going to depend on the amount of time and resources that we have available. Once we start getting out applications, and me and Payne and Cash have been in talks for the last couple weeks now. We've talked a couple nights and gotten everything set up. We talked last night for a couple hours, getting an overview of everything tonight. So it's just going to depend on once we get applications out, then we'll basically do like Discord interviews with people and see who is a good fit for that. And then, yeah, like I said, then they would be certified in those types of things, whether it be gang unit or SWAT or criminal investigations or whatever it might be. And then they would respond. Like I said, you're not typically going to roll around in just gang unit or SWAT stuff. But at the same time, it's also got to come with numbers. So it doesn't make sense. I know everybody's interested in detective and plainclothes and unmarked cars, but it doesn't make sense. Like, detectives typically aren't, patrolling and doing traffic stops, and, they're usually investigating murders, and sometimes they are, don't get me wrong, in traffic stops, but it's not typically the case. So we've got to get more uniformed patrol officers and get each jurisdiction split out. So as far as SWAT, once the applications are made out, it'll be made available. I always update. If I add in a house in Polito, I always put that information on the Discord. So it's coming. Just once we get everything, the training, the uniforms that we want to use, all that stuff, we've got to get that stuff set out, and we'll go from there.
And the biggest way we can make that happen is by sharing everything on social media, guys. Like,
for sure,
even just commenting on somebody else's post or whatever. Hey, join EBLB, something like that, goes a long way. So that's how the city grows, by just us communicating on social media and trying to make it bigger, guys.
Yep, that's a really good point. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you do have, and using those kind of resources you have available to you, making a small post, commenting on each other's posts, and then that's really good, especially like for Facebook groups. If somebody makes a post, you can comment on there and be like, "Hey, I joined the city and I really loved it, and it's a great city to join. Everybody should." And then people will see that comment and be like, "Oh, okay, maybe I should go check it out." Again, we're not going to retain everybody, but then when those new people come in trying to be helpful, you don't have to be on the staff team. If you want to, like, we've got over 250 people in this Discord. Some people have roles that we haven't even seen in forever. I am more than happy if you want to add them as a friend and be like, "Hey, I saw you were on the Elite Blue Line Brotherhood server and just curious why you haven't been around in a while." Or you can even, which is true, you can even say, "Hey, we've got a new staff team and we'd love to have you back and kind of show you the things that we have." You don't have to spend all your time doing that, but those are the kind of things that are going to help recruiting and getting our name out there, because I can only do so much with money. I can only buy so many boosts and put out so many ads. At the end of the day, it's got to be up to us as a community to reach out there and try to make contact with people and let them know what we have to offer. And the more people that we have doing it, the better. Because like I said, I market and advertise, do everything that I can on my end, but I can't do that and put in all the updates you want as well. If you want riot shields and you want tracking tools and you want different, not just police stuff, but drugs and jobs and gangs and things like that, if you want those types of things, then we've got to get more people in, so that we can keep that kind of stuff growing. And that's my main focus, is developing, and then the staff team helps as well. But I'm just saying, you guys are free, and I'm happy to offer any sort of starting cash bonus, cars. I know Stone, Chef, I know personally they've gone up to people, even Ventura, Cash has as well gone up to people and helped them, or like gave them money to buy their first car. Those are the kind of things that are going to keep people coming back and set us apart from other servers.
That's true.
And if you gave somebody money like to get started, just let me know, man. I'm happy to shoot you the money back. If it's not big of a deal, or if you got a new person and they want like a little starting bonus, I'm happy to like give them a car and some cash and maybe a nice gun. Maybe not right away, maybe once they've only put 5 or 10 hours in, just to show that they're going to be here.
And then I'm happy to give you a bonus as well. Like, hey man, go pick a car from the website for bringing this person in.
Because some other servers it's kind of hard to make money, so it's not easy to buy a car and stuff like this. So the minute we help them here with a car, we give them a nice car, stuff like this, get them set up, and give them money, then they will come back here because they don't want to lose that.
Yep, for sure. And then once you've even got them even further in there, putting in time and not even so much donations, but once they do donate as well, they're invested in the city. And they're building, like, I really like what Stone does with his gangs, Chef does with his gangs. He'll get new people right in his gang, and then they'll like join his Discord, and they're not going to want to leave the city because they've got a group of friends now that they don't want to leave. So just, yeah.
I've been in the city for over a year now, guys, and I've seen the rough times and the good times of the server, and like, just something about this server just makes me keep bringing new people in and just helping people, and that's ultimately what Juicy wants, you guys. So let's just do it. That's how we grow. That's how we get the 30 people on a night, like, yeah.
That's why I came back.
Same thing, yeah. Well, when we joined, me and my friend, first caught our eyes is the name, right? So, and then the good reviews. So we joined it, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was at nighttime too. It was one of the cop came up and showed us around the city. He gave us actually money to buy cars. So, and then I'm stuck here since when I first joined, So that's the little thing that helped. Like, if nobody showed up, nobody gave us money, nobody showed us around, I would have jumped to another server, right? So that's the thing.
For sure, yeah. Since then, Stone has actually donated his left testicle to the city, and we sold it on the street for $1. And you wouldn't believe the amount of things we bought with that.
Must have been small.
Amazing. Amazing.
Keeps reprinting.
That's how I was. I came back to the server because the server's more. I like the server a lot. It's more active.
Yeah, and this last week has been good. It was a little bit weird this weekend or even tonight that it wasn't as busy through the week, but the big thing is we got to keep trying. Don't worry about like checking the status if there's 1 or 2 people on. I mean, I've taken that away anyway, but don't worry about that and being like, oh, there's not enough people on. I'm not going to get on too, because if you do that and 5 more people do that, that's 6 people that could have been in here. And that's just going to add to the numbers. So there will be nights, don't get me wrong, where there's going to be 5 or 6 people, especially going through everything that's happened recently. We're still trying to recover from that, get some new people in, but we will regrow, and we will always keep moving. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to throw my hands up and say I'm done with this shit, not at any point in time. The most thing important to me is more than just numbers. It's you guys building a community, being able to interact with you, building relationships, more than just here's this guy and here's what he does. I really like role-playing with you guys and doing different things, and I'm doing everything I can on my end. I just bought a bunch more boosts today for the server, which will put us even higher on the FiveM list. So we're on like page 3 now of the FiveM list, which will bring a lot of new people in. Yeah, and I'm working on a script where we can actually see when people join. I know it's kind of hard because you can't see where everybody is, but that's one of the staff team's job is to, and one of the reasons we use names and blips is so that we can see when new people join and not necessarily drop in on them because not everybody likes that, but maybe, we intercross at the same location and we're just like, hey, are you new to the city? Is there anything I can help you with? You got any questions? So that's what's going to make us stand out and set the difference between us and other cities. And regardless, even if we have 5 or 6 people, let's get some good different RP going than just the same old shooting and killing, whether you're a cop or a civ. I don't care what it is. If you can't get a mower and you want me to like get you a mower so you can drive around and drink beer and just different RP scenarios, I'm cool with whatever. Just ask. I'm happy to give you whatever you need. I'm thinking about adding in a very, very strict V menu for once we do that, we will go to complete whitelist. Everybody that's in here now will get an automatic whitelist. I'm not gonna make you guys fill out an app or anything, but once we go to
I want to make a limited V menu for, since we have the cargo script, for like semis and trailers, so you can load stuff on that, and boats as well, for, you know, if somebody drives into the water, that way you can pull out a boat, just for those types of scenarios. As long as they're used appropriately, they can make for some great roleplay. But it's when V menu is abused, that's when it's not, you know, realistic.
I'm telling you, gaming is my therapy.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
I know from experience, and I guess I can't speak out loud. This is our home. This is our second home, guys. We are family here, and you know, this has come so far, and just so far. I mean, there's some of us who originated, you know, and been here since the beginning, and this is amazing how far we've gotten, and how many people we've gotten so far. But you know, we can grow, and just making sure that, like they said, just going in and pushing it out on that social media platforms, guys, so that way that we can even grow even bigger, you know.
For sure. Yeah, I would love to max out the numbers and have to bump them up even more. I had them at 20. I had it at 24 max for a while, and then this last week, since we were hitting, you know, 20, 25 every night, I did bump it up to 32. I can bump it up to 64. I want to have to bump up the VPS size and get more Patreon, pay more for the Patreon, so we can get more slots. We can run up to 128 people without any sort of lag or desync. So, you know, we have the capacity for it. It's just going to rely on us, and I do want to do some more different. People really like admin trolling, so I do want to do some little clips with that and put it on YouTube Shorts and TikTok, and just stupid little stuff where we do skits. If you guys ever want to do a skit where we have it kind of planned out beforehand, where it's maybe just 15-20 seconds, and you're like driving on the road, and I pop on you, and I'm just like, "What are you doing? You know, you can't be doing that. I'm an admin of this city." Shit like that, people really enjoy, and they're gonna be like, "Okay, this place is fun." You know, it is role play, and it's serious role play, but at the end of the day, we can have fun and we can, you know, joke around together.
Corny.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, some of these guys, like Icy Deluxe, I've been watching him since he had 30,000 subscribers. In like a month, he's gained 100,000. Now, don't get me wrong, he doesn't roleplay at all. He's just a troll. But that's why sometimes I do troll in other cities and videotape it. It's only for the viewers, so that they can see, you know, the city that we have.
No, I get it. I was just saying that's corny that people watch that shit.
Yeah, no, right. No, I feel it. I think it's corny too that people like V menu. But people eat that shit up.
Too.
Yeah, I don't think it's realistic. Well, that's where we came from, you know, using V menu, and used appropriately, it's fine, but not everybody does.
I need to take advantage of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
We did have V menu and Blue Line.
Yeah, that was all we had. Yeah, weapons, and we didn't have a money system. You couldn't actually rob shit. You had to type in 911. So, doing different little things like that, like calling, don't be afraid to like get arrested. You know, you may get a couple months. It's not a big deal. It doesn't always have to turn into a shootout. But I think we've also gotten rid of a lot of those people that did bring that sort of RP in. So there's just different things that we could do that we could clip or stream or whatever, and people will be like, wow, they've got some really cool different RP scenes that, you know, we would really enjoy.
Yeah, there's times that I'll be in a police pursuit and I'll like crash into a pole, and I'll just RP that my car is broken down, and I'll like get out on foot and run. So like, I'm not scared to go to jail.
Yeah, for sure. That's the whole point of roleplay, is interacting with each other. I'll have nothing on me, and I'll do /me sees white powder on the dashboard, you know, just to kind of give them that sort of, yeah, just kind of make it fun. And even though I know my car, I could get away from them, I, you know, maybe pull off slow and pull off around the corner, and it's just, like I said, it makes for that fun RP, and that's the whole point of roleplay, is to interact with each other, not, you know, just always being under the covers and never being seen. Like, if you're gonna do that, like, what's the point of being in a roleplay server?
Yeah,
I guess this is the point right here.
I was gonna say.
Hey, look, I got a new decoration.
A new decoration. Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
And I do want to say I apologize about the gate thing. I didn't have time to pop down here. I didn't know it was gonna like be stuck like that, but I guess the winter weather froze the gates. So, anybody else have anything, police or even off topic, that you guys want to discuss or suggest or ask about?
It's been awesome doing this. Really is.
Oh, yeah.
Very informative, and it gets everybody together that's in the police force. It actually lets us see that we actually have a shit ton of cops that are active. Like, even I know you said that we had a bunch or we had more that said they were going to show up that didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, just even this is the normal people that normally get on.
For sure. No, and don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm not, it's not that I'm not happy or looking at the negative side. Just being realistic about it. And the main thing is too, the way I see it, there's over 25,000 servers on FiveM. There's new ones being made every single day. So the fact that sometimes we even have 10 or as many as we did tonight is huge. It's huge. We could all not even know each other and be in different cities and never interact ever.
Hey, and then but one thing I do want to say is guys, if you come across a civ and they're talking about wanting to be a police officer, even you yourself, like, yes, obviously, because I came across somebody that was interested. They weren't even in our Discord server. They just found it on FiveM. They joined it, seeing what it was about. They ran across us and said, hey, what do I got to do? Now that there's more people moving up, more promotions, more FTOs, go to there, tag the FTOs, and then let us know that there's people there. I'm on basically every day. I'm more than happy to do training. I'm more than happy to do FTO time. I'm more than happy to help everybody set up. So just let us know, because the more, just like Juicy said, the more people we get in, the more we get to do other fun shit.
Yeah. For sure, and it opens up more opportunities for different departments and subdivisions, and
Well, we also need people on fire too.
Yeah, we do. Well, yeah, we need fire. We need more mechanics. We need more real estate. We need more car dealers. There's a ton of different jobs. We need more lawyers. We need more judges. There's a ton of different things that people could do.
I just had a buddy join and he applied for fire.
Okay.
It's just about growing the population, guys.
For sure. And like I said, man, I don't even care if it's that long, or I don't even care if we've got these people in our Discord. They joined for some reason. If you want to add them as a friend and be like, yo, I just want to let you know, I'm from Elite Blue Line Brotherhood. Staff has changed. We've got a bunch of cool new updates. If you want to come check us out, they may say fuck you. They may block you. They may leave the Discord. They're not doing anything in here anyway. So, what's it gonna hurt?
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, don't be afraid, and don't feel like. And I'm always looking for new staff too. So if I can see you doing those things, I'm gonna be like, okay, why this person should probably be on staff as well. And but I'm just saying, you don't have to be staff and necessarily to do these kinds of things and reach out to some of these other players, because it helps you. And if you bring one of those people back, I'm happy to throw them a bonus and you a bonus. Any of you guys know that have been here long enough, I give shit away more than I probably should. So, it's just I like to give back. That's one of the main things that I can do for you guys. So you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
So wait. I won the dono giveaway, but I don't have Twitter. So do I qualify?
You don't have Twitter? No, bro, this is a different giveaway. This is the new one that we did. That exclusive Civ one was done a while ago. This one's just like a vehicle on the website valued at like $30.
Oh, I thought this.
Where's the website? I want to look at. I didn't know you guys had a website.
Yeah, it's
EBLB.net.
Yep.
EBLB.net.
Yeah, and I'm still slowly I'm working on redoing the website so that way it's not so much focused on the shop. It's more back end. Of course, still have those items available, just because that's what, at the end of the day, how we're able to get all these EUPs and cars and different tools that we have is only, they all cost money. It's just the way FiveM is now, especially.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I want to rebuild the website so that way our main focus on the pages, we can have different pages for different departments, and we can showcase videos and pictures on some of the front pages, and then the shop will be more like on the back end. So that's the plan with the website, and then we can use more Google Ads to kind of drive in some more traffic on top of, you know, boosts. So if you have like a CFXRE account and you pay like Patreon, feel free to boost the server. You get three boosts with that membership. I think the minimum is like $15-20 a month. It's just CFXR Patreon, and that bumps us up higher on the server list. I bought 12, and that ran about $75 a month. So it's a lot more expensive to buy them individually than to use them with like a Patreon account, because you get 3 for $15-20.
So what happens when, like, if you look on the Discord and it says like the thing's full? How do you do that?
Yeah, so that's
you keep buying it.
So that is and that's separate from FiveM boosts. So FiveM boosts is like the FiveM boost is how high we show out of all the servers on FiveM. For Discord, those are separate boosts, which I've also it's like 14. I had to get like 10 boosts or whatever when a few people left or got banned. And that was about $50 in itself too. But that's so that we can have like a custom invite link, and we can have custom icons, and we can have a animated banner and server icon. So, and actually I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure through winter, they're doing a free month of Discord Nitro. You would just have to cancel it before you charge it. So if you wanted to get that and then use those boosts on here, even though it says like maxed out, it'll go on there, and then it'll take longer before the boosts start to go down, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Where do you find the FiveM boost at? Like,
so FiveM boost, yeah, actually I can share my screen real quick and show you guys.
I do.
Okay. Because I just got some earlier, so type in Patreon CFXRE. And this is CFXRE's Patreon. So we have to have the $15 a month in order to stream EUPs, in order to have up to 64 slots, so that our name can be in callers. You have to have these things to stream custom EUP and all these things. You have to pay for it monthly, and to have like a key for a server. But this is where you can get this for FiveM boost. You'll just click join. If you don't have a CFX account, you can make one real quick, and then you can get that there. And then let me log out of the city real quick, and I'll show you where they show up on FiveM. Sorry, my stream is up too, but and then I gotta to make some new logos and the banner and stuff. I got a subscription to Adobe Express to make those as well. But where that shows is like, okay, let's go to just play in general. So like you see these here, it says boost power. So you'll get 3 with that 15 a month, and you can just click boost right here, and that'll boost us up. These guys are the highest because they have 10,000 boosts. But Jesus. Yeah, but I just bought some earlier, and we have 18 now. So even though it looks like a lot, 10,000, once you scroll down just a couple times, you're already in the hundreds. So even 18, we're like...
That was 33.
Yeah, we're at 20.
Yeah, 20.
We'd be like one more down.
So can we do like a...
Wow.
Yeah, we're right here. So like, look how high we are compared to 25,000. You know, we're right here, and we could be...
So
that
helps, like, once you click play, it'll show up like as the top screen or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's how these guys are able to get up here, because how many boosts they have, and then also the Element Club Platinum and stuff, things like that for suggested servers. Yeah, so boost is a huge thing, and that's how we get so high. But I have a CFX account with Patreon that I pay for my 5PD server, and then I have a separate one. That's how I'm able to leave 2 reviews. Then I have a separate one that I pay for, which runs this server, and I get 3 each with those, which is 6. And then I just bought 12, which run me about $70 a month. But it's cheaper, $15 a month to get 3. But then how we get these is through Zap hosting. They also do bursts as well. So if we can get a night where, you know, we got 20 people on, I can get, instead of paying for each individual boost, what I can do is pay for what's called a burst. Why is this? So you'll go to FiveM upvotes right here, and then I don't want to make that. I don't want to do that right now. FiveM upvotes, and then FiveM upvote burst. So see, just one upvote. I bought 12. You can see how much this runs. $63 a month.
Can we do that? Is that monthly or one-time thing?
It's so you can do contract, or you can do prepaid. So it just adds 10%. So if you do prepaid, it's not. It doesn't keep it every month. Now, if we have, like I said, a night where we can do a burst, and instead of paying for 1 upvote a piece, you can pay for like hundreds at a time. But look, 500 upvotes is $157 for 3 hours. So, you know, if we're gonna like invest in something like that, we got to make sure it's worth. That's why I've been doing just the regular upvotes for now, which have been bringing a lot of new people in. That's why I went ahead and got 6 more today. But yeah, just for 1 hour for 500 upvotes, you're looking at $52. But
you know what we could do?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good idea. Let's say if you get a car that won, what is it? One of one.
Yeah.
So whoever, like say if I did, like if I boost it, right? Like I probably, like if you can do like I get a car one of one, like I think stuff like that. That'll be a good idea too, to get people to start boosting the server.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and showing people. I just have to show. Not everybody knows like the votes and stuff. I didn't even know about this for a while, that you could buy upvotes on top of your account. But I mean, even this isn't bad, you know. Yeah, this isn't bad. $10 for 1 hour, but you got to think. So bursts are based on, you can only do a max of 24 hours, whereas just regular upvotes, are per boost, per each boost for the time of the contract or monthly. So we'll have that 18 on there for every month, whereas the burst would be, you know, an automatic, you know, hour or 3 hours or whatever you set it for. But like I said, if I don't want to set it for an hour at 8 o'clock in the morning when there's nobody on. Nobody else is going to want to get on, you know.
Yeah, you want to do that like prime time, like 5 or something.
Right, yeah, and it'd probably be best to get everybody together and be like, hey, we're going to be having a lot of new people in, and I'm happy if everybody even wants to get in a chat, and I'll share my screen and turn on names of blips and players that join. I mean, you're going to get modders, you know, of course, but then that way you guys could help me kind of go make contact with them. Like, some of you guys were on his cop the other night, and I was like, hey, there's like 5 new people in here, you know, wearing different police stuff. Some people are going to join, some people are going to say fuck you, some people are going to give themselves $40 quadrillion, some people are going to mod the city, you know.
I want to see those guys. I would love to see those modders. I want some money.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
My aim is to buy the whole dealership. That's my goal.
Buy the whole dealership.
I was in the dealership the other day, and I was just shopping through cars, because I haven't been to the dealership in a minute. And I was just clicking buy vehicles. I ended up with like 6 new vehicles that were like $1 million a piece. And I was like, what the fuck?
I still have, me and Ned went through a while ago and made a whole list of like cars that have been on the website for a while. So I still have a whole list of more cars that I want to put in for in-game cash. It's just, yeah, I've been also trying to work on Sonoran CAD and everything. The staff is more focused on recruitment and answering tickets and things like that. And then I do, you know, a lot more of like the development, and they do marketing and advertising as well. But you know, I have the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, the website, sometimes tickets as well, boosts, things like this, managing the finances, all that stuff. Development's a big thing.
seems like
Well, yeah, if you do open a group chat with everything, add me to that because I'm interested in supporting.
You mean like if we do like a burst night and get a bunch of new people in here, or like?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I'm happy to put that out there, and if you guys want to get together and everybody kind of help and jump in different places, I can move you around and get you everywhere so that you can make contact with some of these people. And another thing is people are seeing the Discord. They just don't take the time to learn it, or they're like, oh, it's not vMenu. You know, I can't spawn everything. I have to work for everything. So, you know, if you see somebody that's new that joins, you know, you can always add them as a friend as well and just be like, hey, just curious why you left Blue Line. Maybe they'll just be like, maybe they won't answer, maybe they'll block you, maybe they'll report you, but at the end of the day, you didn't do anything wrong. So, or, you know, it's one of those things, the 80-20 rule, right? You know, 80% of our stuff is going to come from, you know, 20% of it, so. You know, we will get that 1 or 2 people, and really 30, 40 people isn't that much. It really isn't. It really isn't. Like, we hit 23 the other night, and that wasn't including, we could have easily had 7 more people. And like I said, I get it, you know. Believe me, I got little kids, so I get it. I know Chef's got little kids. I know Ocean's got things going on. Kesh's got things. You all have things going on, is what I'm trying to say, so. I get it, but yeah, the more passion and time and work we put into it, the more we can grow and all work together as a community. And if you're doing those things for me, I'm happy to give back to you and do more giveaways or let you pick out a car. You know,
I would love to get that XXX car.
Yeah, Stone just wants 20 exclusive cars for free in the XXX Mercedes truck. So Stone doesn't donate.
I try to get on most every night. Right now, I'm trying to become a police officer where I live at right now. So.
Oh, gotcha. Good for you, man.
So that's my next step.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for you. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so this service kind of helped me sort of learn my codes and all that. So.
Yeah, definitely
talk
good.
about it. Yeah.
You know what I would really like to see is maybe this training idea kind of come to more of a once a month thing, you know, or once every couple of months, you know, put up a new training, you know, and then that way,
just like a refresh.
Yeah, it refreshes the old players. It also works on the possible new ones that come in, and because you never know how many you can get within that time frame, you know.
For sure, that's definitely the plan, is to start doing this once a month again. Yeah, it just takes time and organization, and I don't always have time to sit there and do it. I mean, I'll give you an example. When we got the custom door lock script, that took me 14 hours to add in every single door. Like, not like a full straight 14 hours. So, you know, from fixing handling to doors to whatever it is, cars, scripts, testing stuff, it takes a lot of time. So, but yes, that is definitely the plan, is to try to do this once a month. And, you know, you guys, you know, if you want to take the lead and get stuff, you have ideas or whatever it is, and you want to get stuff going, or you want to plan stuff out, I'm always happy to take suggestions. I'd love to get events going again every Saturday, where we do like a Hunger Games or do like a presidential roleplay. We've got ideas that we want to elect an in-game mayor and do Discord and in-game elections for that. You know, Chef just brought an idea for Christmas, and doing like a parade thing and things like that. So, you know, more heads are always better than one, and being more as a community and hearing what you guys say. Of course, like I can't do everything right away, but hearing it and trying to put it into a course of action so that we can get it implemented, that's how we're going to grow and come up with more things, because yeah, different people have different ideas, and it's always better to have more than one.
You know, another thing, like a content creator, but also maybe for like once a year, like a annual little raid or whatever, you know, a couple of units from each department or whatever, and then you know, servicemen walking or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like something where they get up and get a little protective, and you know, I think that'd be really cool for like content creator part of it, maybe like advertisement content, you know.
For sure.
Well, that's like all the community events. Like for instance, you've seen all the videos that Miss Cash put together from the car show. Was that last week? I believe it was, or the week before.
Yep.
It was my Vin Diesel's Charger was in the picture too. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I want to say it's just been this last month that we haven't been doing events, guys. So like, just bear with it, really.
Yeah, I mean, after vacation and me coming back to all the bullshit and still dealing with all that, yeah, it's just trying to get back into the groove and getting my new staff members, getting them ready. They don't even have in-game perms yet, and now it's just it's all on me at the end of the day. But you know, that's just anything that you guys can do within your realms as far as marketing and advertising. Just don't be afraid to do those things, and if you have ideas, bring them to the table. You know, I can't implement everything right at once. I'm only one person, but I definitely try to do what I can, and I try to put in as much time and effort. Like even just doing this police training, you know, me and Payne and Cash sat in a chat for a couple hours last night, and so you know, bring these ideas. Just realize the difference between practicability of implementing them and the difference between that and, you know, just thinking about it. When we did the Hunger Games, me and a couple other guys, we spent probably 3 hours flying around the island, dropping stuff off everywhere. We have a new script now where you can actually like loot crates and stuff, but at the time we didn't. So, you know, they take planning, and you know, I try to make announcements. I try to make, if I add in a house, I make an update to every single thing. So it's mainly just getting those people to show and seeing those things as well. We have rules in the city that, you know, some people haven't even opened. So just sometimes it's a little bit harder for the practicability of it than the idea of it. You know, sometimes the idea is great, but in practice, it just takes time. I'm not saying it's not doable. It just
I don't know
really
who's
takes
tasing
patience.
I'm not doing it. I'm in a vehicle.
I got a quick question for you, Juicy.
Yeah.
So, say we see somebody tag you in on Discord or anything, and
Yeah,
I've seen
don't you love that?
previously like share like a rule. Are we able to do that, or is that just you?
No, yeah, you guys are. I'm happy to let you guys help me out with that. Being whether you're team mod or any sort of staff, or usually people when they join the city, they directly want to talk to me, and I get it. But yeah, I mean, I've got 20,000 other things going on. So I try to make time for those sort of things. So that's what I would say. Yeah, you can just let them know, hey, please don't tag server owners, and if they get mad and leave, it is whatever. I had somebody come in last week claiming he's Chef knows about this already, claiming he is a platinum producer with millions of followers, and he's going to bring thousands and thousands of players into the city, and this and that. I had somebody else yesterday. You guys probably seen it in general. Hey, I want to, you know, he tagged me. I want to be a BCSO supervisor.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to take in lateral considerations, but every server has its own processes and TIN codes and things like that. So, yeah, pretty much everybody at the end of the day, they always want to go to the source, which is fine. I'm happy to make that time, but it's got to be, you know, I've got to make that time for it. If I sat down with everybody and I put in every single thing that they wanted, then it would just be overloaded. We'd have lag and shit all the time. It's just, yeah, so yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, feel free to just be like, hey, don't tag the server owner role.
So is there a way for us to actually pull up that role, like copy that role and tag it like you do? I don't know. That's my question.
Yeah, it should be in the server rules.
Oh, do you just copy and paste it?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Should be one of the Discord ones.
Okay, I thought you actually like tagged it and whatnot.
No, I usually just copy it, or like I said, you can just
you know, it's one of the just say it's one of the rules to not tag.
Gotcha.
And typically it's like a role thing. They see I have the role, and you know, they want to add me as a friend, and like I said, it's just a good balance. You know, I just can't answer every single question and be everywhere at once. So.
Yeah. Well, I thank you guys in advance for electing me as your mayor of San Andreas and everything, guys. So, yeah.
Oh man.
I'm gonna be the mayor.
Okay, fine. If you're mayor, I'm president.
I'm gonna be the mayor.
I promise you guys, I'll be like Bill Clinton, man. Like,
Oh,
I did not have sexual intercourses with that young lady.
You did though.
Dude, I was gonna say, what? You gonna keep it under the desk?
You did though. I was there.
And you guys all got roles. Can an Arab be a mayor for once?
So you remember the jokes they
Hold on a second. Hold on, Ocean. Let me shut off my stream before Twitch bans me.